a million screens, he moves like a ghost through code and beams. A chrome-crossed night with a focused eye, breaking down every false disguise. Spam wars flood the open gate, he reads the lies, he seals the breach. Every threat that tries to crawl meets a wall, meets a wall. Hear the call, the signal rise, from the coast to mountain skies. When the shadows try to land, we stand. America, hold the line, America. Tonight is mine, tactical Templar. Online, guard the flame, defend the light. America, hold the line, America. We rise, tactical Templar. Online, steal the heart, defend the light. In the dark of the midnight feed, he plants truth like a battle creed. No surrender, no retreat, just the thunder under his feet. From the screen to the steadfast shore, he stands for the things worth fighting for. One nation loud and alive. We endure, we survive. America, hold the line, America. Tonight is mine, tactical Templar. Online, guard the flame, defend the light. America, hold the line, America. We rise, tactical Templar. Online, steal the heart, defend the light. Hold the line. We rise, tactical Templar. Defend the light. Morning breaks on the interstate, steel birds cut the pale blue haze. From the farms to the harbor gates, one bright flag in a million ways. Hands that build and hands that mend, hard-won miles from end to end. Every road and river name burns like iron in our veins. Hear the call, the signal rise, from the coast to mountain skies. When the shadows try to land, we stand. America, hold the line, America. Tonight is mine, tactical Templar. Online, guard the flame, defend the light. America, hold the line, America. We rise, tactical Templar. Online, steal the heart, defend the light. In the grid of a million screens, he moves like a ghost through code and beams. A chrome-crossed night with a focused eye, breaking down every false disguise. Spam wars flood the open gate, he reads the lies, he seals the breach. Every threat that tries to crawl meets a wall, meets a wall. Hear the call, the signal rise, from the coast to mountain skies. When the shadows try to land, we stand. The midnight feed, he plants truth like a battle creed. No surrender, no retreat, just the thunder under his feet. From the screen to the steadfast shore, he stands for the things worth fighting for. One nation, loud and alive, we endure, we survive. Junk and bone, she trinkets stacked like a rusted throne. He sold his soul for a price tag grin and fed on the shame that he called a win. He raised black banners in the dawn, pointing at songs till the voices were gone. But every lie leaves a stain in stone, and every thief ends up standing alone. False flagger burn, your banners turn to ash. False flagger learn, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flagger fall when the whole world rises. He hunted cards in the velvet haze, chasing bright treasure through fevered days, flipping his relics for silver and pride, while faithful friends were cast aside. He called for the chains, for the mute, for the break, for every voice he could make the world take. But the halls grew loud with the thunderous call, and neighbors stood shoulder to shoulder in fall. No crown for the man who feeds on fear, no feast for the one who poisons the year. He dragged his name through mud and fire, then found the bridge burned by his own desire. False flagger burn, your banners turn to ash. False flagger learn, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flagger fall when the whole world rises. survives when the people sing. No fraud outlives the dawn we bring. Like stolen prize. His tower was packed with junk and bone. Street trinkets stacked like a rusted throne. He sold his soul for a price tag grin and fed on the shame that he called a win. He raised black banners in the dawn, pointing at songs till the voices were gone. But every line leaves a stain in stone, and every thief ends up standing alone. False flag alert, your banners turn to ash. False flag alert, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flagger fall when the whole world rises. He hunted guards in a velvet haze, chasing bright treasure through fever days, flipping his relics for silver and pride, while faithful friends were cast aside. He called for the chains, for the mute, for the break, for every voice he could make the world take. But the halls grew loud with a thunderous call, and neighbors stood shoulder to shoulder in fall. No crown for the man who feeds on fear, no feast for the one who poisons the year. He dragged his name through mud and fire, then found the bridge burned by his own desire. False flagger burn, your banners turn to ash. In the glow of 100 screens, Tactical Templar draws his steel. From thumbnail banners to comment beams, he calls the scattered to the wheel. Bite, 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 the banners rise from basement desks and kitchen floors. Writers, gamers, camera eyes, all answer now with iron roars. Hear the signal split the night, one shared vow, one burning thread. Every channel locks in tight, every brave word raised instead. Tactical Templar, lead us on. Tactical Templar, bring the dawn. We stand as one, we hold the line. 1,000 voices, one design. Tactical Templar, break their scheme. Tactical Templar, forge the dream. No broken gates, no dark decree. The Creator's march, and all are free. Then came the quartering, with a smear black crown spinning his rock through the halls of the feed. He poured out doubt to drag us down, and fed on panic like it was need. But the editor sharpened every frame, the streamer raised his painted blade. The podcaster lit up the name, and none of us flinched, none of us swayed. Hear the signal split the night, one shared vow, one burning thread. Every channel locks in tight, every brave word raised instead. Tactical Templar, lead us on. Tactical Templar, bring the dawn. We stand as one, we hold the line. 1,000 voices, one design. Tactical Templar, break their scheme. Tactical Templar, forge the dream. No broken gate, no dark decree. The Creator's march, and all are free. Raise the shields of truth and craft. Hold the torches high and true. We are more than mock and draft. We are the tide he cannot do. In the glow of 100 screens, Tactical Templar draws his steel. From thumbnail banners to comment beams, he calls the scattered to the wheel. Bite, 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 the banners rise from basement desks and kitchen floors. Writers, gamers, camera eyes, all answer now with iron roars. Hear the signal split the night, one shared vow, one burning thread. Every channel locks in tight, every brave word raised instead. Tactical Templar, lead us on. Tactical Templar, bring the dawn. We stand as one, we hold the line. 1,000 voices, one design. Tactical every frame. The streamer raised his painted blade. The podcaster lit up the name, and none of us flinched, none of us swayed. Hear the signal split the night. One shared vow, one burning thread. Every channel locks in tight. Every brave word raised instead. Tactical Templar, lead us on. Tactical Templar, bring the dawn. We stand as one, we hold the line. 1,000 voices, one design. Tactical Templar, break the scheme. Tactical Templar, forge the dream. No broken gates, no dark decree. The Creator's march, and all are free. Raise the shields of truth and craft. Hold the torches high and true. We are more than mock and draft. We are the tide he cannot do.
No, Jeremy, no! Jeremy, no! Whoa! Everyone, welcome back to the show. It is a beautiful, beautiful Thursday. Guys, I got a crazy, crazy show for you. We're going to be watching Alex Jones' follow-up to his debate with Sneako yesterday. We watched the whole thing on stream. It was a lot of fun. But, guys, we have to watch the follow-up because Alex Jones did exactly what he said he was going to do. Alex Jones went in and added other relevant bits of information that proved that Sneako was a liar. Interpol 6 is posting random letters against the terms of service. No, it's not random letters. What you're talking about is an end tower, and you know exactly what you're doing. You people know exactly what that's against the terms of service. You know you're not supposed to do that, but you do it anyway because you have no regard for other people's channels. You just want to shitpost. If you do that, you will get banned because that is against YouTube's terms of service because they're not random. You're doing that intentionally. Now, if you were just to post a random letter, nobody would care. But it is that series of letters which forms a word that YouTube has a propensity to overreact to. So I hope that that's clear. I hope that even somebody like you would be able to comprehend and understand that. If you spam the N-word or make an end tower, you will be banned. I don't make that rule. It's YouTube that makes that rule. Anyway. So, I mean, it seems like we're starting off strong. Seems like the retardation from the usual people, Arbiter Nemo and this other guy, seems that we're starting off strong. Templars should be banned for calling for the execution of Hassan Piker. I've never called for the execution of Hassan Piker. I should ban you for that right there. For spreading misinformation, for lying. I never called for the execution of Hassan. I said Hassan should be deported. Anyway, we have a lot to go over today. We can't be dealing with the usual low IQ dregs and retards that ooze their way into the chat. We got to be dealing with other low IQ retards. Okay, so first of all, let me start off the show by thanking everyone. Thank you for coming here. I appreciate it. I appreciate you being here. Today is going to be an amazing show. It's going to be an absolutely amazing show. But first first, we have to talk about something. This is crucially important, okay? This is so important. Wait for it. We need a bit more humility, fellas. Here's the deal. I've warned you guys multiple times. I've warned you guys. I don't make these rules. YouTube is let me put this in a way that maybe you'll understand. Raw Phil just got nuked. Okay? Mikey No More just got nuked. Kino Casino got nuked. YouTube is nuking channels. They're taking channels down. Not just demonetizing them, they're erasing them from the platform. If you think that I'm going to let you put my channel at risk, you who do nothing for my channel, if you think I'm going to let you put my channel at risk, you're crazy. Now, I let you guys be in here, and honestly, I don't care. I don't care what you guys say, but YouTube does. And YouTube is nuking channels right now. So I'm not playing this retarded game with you guys. Either follow the fucking rules that are the most simple thing in the world. Even you mentally retarded spurgs should be able to understand this. You cannot say slurs in the chat. You can't spell it out. You can't put it backwards. The Kino Casino clips, Raw Phil, Mikey No More, they are taking down channels. So this is the time to be extra cautious. Extra cautious. For everyone. Everyone. So I want to make that perfectly clear. All right? It says you're pro censorship anyway. Why would you care if your channel gets banned? What is happening? Why is the IQ of the show like 50 points lower? What is happening? I think I'm just going to start banning people, but just because we need the IQ of the show to at least be at a certain minimum. If you can't understand why I wouldn't want my channel to get banned, like I don't even know. Where are we operating at today? Is this really where we're at? Are you guys did Phil drain your brain? Yeah, he did get false flag and he got taken down. I don't even know or care what the sector is. But yeah, that sucked. It sucked that his channel got taken down. So I don't know. If you guys can behave yourself, you're fine. But if you guys are going to act like fucking retards, if you're going to act like low impulse control animals and start chipping out, then I'm going to start banning you guys. So, I am extremely, I'm extremely lenient because I don't care, but YouTube does. And because YouTube does, then I do, because I don't want my channel to get taken down. So, all right. I mean, I don't know anything about this sector. Don't you guys have bigger things to worry about? Destiny starting a campaign against, guys in your orbit. I don't know, Kuimon, Aiden Underground. Like Destiny's going scorched earth on some of those guys. I don't know if you're affiliated with them, but yeah, it's not good. But guys, you're gonna be glad that you tuned in today, because boy, oh boy, do I have something for you. Oh, we are from Shamu's Discord, of course. Yeah. Oh man, that guy. Yeah. Imagine that's. Oof. Anyway. Brothers, I have a story for you that is so unbelievable, so crazy, that even though it's about the quartering, there will be a lot of people that doubt. Because you ask yourself, Jeremy from the quartering, yes, he's retarded. Yes, we know he is sloppy and lazy with his work. But just how lazy and how sloppy? Well, we're going to talk about it today because the quartering doxed multiple of his own customers on stream. I kid you not. The quartering doxed multiple people on his stream. Multiple. So, what I want to go over is I want to show you, real quick, I want to show you this right here. Here's the thing. I can't show you all of it. I can't show you all of it because there are shipping labels. Shipping labels. The quartering just leaks. Yeah. I mean, how unbelievably amateur. You don't have like a second monitor. Like, imagine leaking shipping labels from your coffee brand coffee. So we're going to be very careful. In fact, I'm going to be doubly careful. I'm going to turn this off for a moment. And I'm going to see at what point do they pop up. Okay. 7 seconds. Okay. So the quartering is reacting to the trial, Tyler Robinson, reacting to the trial with Melanie Mack. Wow. Yeah. And unfortunately, this is not redacted. I said, oh no, somebody should do a redacted version because I would show a redacted version, but I'm not going to show. I'm not going to show the real thing. But the quartering doxed like 5 customers. Guys, on stream, the quartering doxed 5 customers. What the? Oh no. Their name and their address. Oh my gosh. That is not a small mistake. That is absolutely egregious. That's terrible. Now, did he do this on purpose to try to get people to talk about it so he could flag their channel? I don't know. I don't know why or how you could do this. How could you possibly do this? And here's the thing. Melanie Mack's face. Yeah, that is the face of you have fucked up royally. You just doxed 5 customers. There were 5 people that were stupid enough, that were dented enough. 5 people that were willing to buy coffee brand coffee, and you doxed them on stream. Like, this to me is such a violation. I don't know what the quartering is going to do. I don't know how he's going to possibly be able to make it right to the customers. Yeah, I accidentally leaked your name and your address and probably the phone number. I didn't double check. Probably the phone number and maybe the email address. You basically exposed these people to the internet. People that were probably just looking to buy coffee. You have exposed these people. Why would you not? Oh my gosh. Why would you not have your work computer, like your coffee brand coffee computer? Why would you not have that separate from your streaming computer? Why are you doing that on that computer? Like, do you have no division of labor? Is there no, like, you're a multi-millionaire? You don't have a computer that's dedicated for business and one for streaming? That is embarrassing. And so naturally, people are calling him out. He says, LMAO, wrong screen, buddy. Yeah, Dog Zero was right. The danger of patronizing Jer. Yes. No, I know he was meaning to be funny, but that's unironically, it is a danger. You are putting your information at risk. Now, to be fair, you are putting your channel at risk if you cover the quartering at all. Because not only could he flag you if he doesn't like something that you say, but the quartering has a history of just showing porn on stream. Just showing his cuck porn or forced cream pie stuff. He'll just be scrolling X and there'll be porn. So, this guy is an absolute disaster. And if I were one of those customers, I would be furious. You know, I don't know what you can do in terms of litigation. I don't know if you could sue him, but that is a company breaching your confidentiality and putting your information out there. Imagine, I want you to imagine if Coca-Cola or any other company, imagine if they put out your personal information on the internet to anyone watching. Imagine if Tim Pool did this. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Tim Pool accidentally leaked 5 customers? Their name? Do you think the quartering would cover it? Do you think he would cover it? Do you think he'd be fair? No, he goes scorched earth. He'd be like, oh, Tim, how could you do this? No, he would absolutely roast and lambast these people. But I don't know if anyone flagged the quartering for doxing. I don't know if Jeremy took down the stream. I was just made aware of this situation a bit ago. I'm not even going to risk playing this. I'm not even going to risk playing it. But if you want to see the video, if you want to see it for yourself, and by the way, don't contact any of these people. Don't do anything with this. I am 1,000% against doxing of any kind or doing anything like that. But if you want to see the full video, you can on bad_banner, which is Hotep over on X. This is a story that I think absolutely needs to be broadcast. Here's the thing. Here's what I would request. Yeah, no, seriously, Arbiter Nemo, I know he's trying to be a shitstor. He says, imagine if Templar did this. Accidentally leaked 5 Discord patrons. Yeah, imagine it, like, for anything. Imagine if I leaked the information of 5 of my subscribers or people that super chatted or anything. It is such a violation. You know? I look at this. This is a huge deal. This is a huge L. This to me, part of it is like, yeah, okay, let's laugh at Jeremy, the bumbling idiot. But part of me is actually legitimately furious. Because how are you going to be that? You're going to be that lackadaisical? You're going to be that casual with people's information? It says some people trolling hoping to be banned, then consider that a win. Parasocial Discord is real. Well, I'm sure. I mean, we've seen the Quarterings Discord. He's promoting coffee. You know, he had to delete it. So, I wanted to cover this. I wanted this to be the first thing. This is egregious. And the Quartering needs to address this, by the way. I don't care if he's on Oxy. I don't care if he's been drinking. I don't care if he's in pain. He went on stream and he brought this up. That is a huge, unbelievable L. It is unprofessional and he needs to address this. He needs to be called out for this. And people need to go in scorched earth to make sure that this doesn't just leave the attention of the viewing public. The Quartering doxed his own customers. He doxed his own customers. And if he didn't, if this whole thing is a misunderstanding, if everyone's wrong, then he needs to address it and say, look, this wasn't to do with customers. This was something else. I wouldn't believe him necessarily, but he needs to address this. This is a serious deal. Quartering, how could you be this irresponsible? How could you be this stupid? You need to have a separate computer, a laptop or something that deals with coffee brand coffee exclusively, and you never have shipping labels for your customer on your streaming computer where you could accidentally put it on screen and have it leaked to people. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay. It says, when Templar apologizes to Dixon. No, Dixon can apologize to me. Groveling apology. Saying, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I was stupid enough and had low enough impulse control that I would do something that I was told not to do multiple times and did it anyway because I didn't care. Unreal. It says it's over already. No, it's not over already. Give me 1 second. Okay. Let's see. On stream. Perfect. Okay. So we're gonna be dealing with the Degens, okay? We're gonna be having a conversation with the Degens. This is an important conversation. Okay. Scroll down. Oh man, should we do DSP first? Should we do Dark Side Phil first? Let's see. Okay. Should we do DSP first? Firstly, look at this.
Уже проливается. С первых секунд раунда поломойки бегут на точку Б. Ведро уже проливается, оставляя мокрый след. Посмотрите на этот глянец.
Да, но при этом никто не теряет темп. Блондинка под А оттирает букву, пена течет, а команда в полном контроле карты.
Слышите этот гул? Полировщик уже в тоннеле. С первых секунд раунда поломойки бегут на точку Б. Ведро уже проливается, оставляя мокрый след. Посмотрите на этот глянец.
Да, но при этом никто не...
Look at that. A counter-strike
С первых
for
секунд
women.
раунда поломойки бегут на точку Б. Ведро уже проливается, оставляя мокрый след. Посмотрите на этот глянец.
Да, но при этом никто не теряет темп. Блондинка под А оттирает букву, пена течет, а команда в полном контроле карты.
Слышите этот гул? Полировщик уже в тоннеле.
I agree, Roach King. I agree. I agree. But you know what? We roll with the punches. We deal with things as they come in. And that's just how it is. You know? Let me see. Give me 1 second. And we will pull this up. Gaming for women. That's right. Okay. So we are going to watch Alex Jones versus Sneako later, because Alex Jones did a follow-up. We're going to watch that a little bit later on. That's going to be great fun. But for right now, I think what we're going to do, we're going to be taking a look at the comment section where some of these absolute degens got destroyed. absolutely destroyed. So we're gonna take a look. Man, it's embarrassing. Okay. So first of all, that take that. Okay. No, this has nothing to do with chibi reviews, or very little. Okay. All right, here we go. Brothers, welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to be going over the Degens over on X getting mad at yours truly, and I'm going to be going through post by post to see some of the commentary and reaction to a statement that I made about, well, cartoon depictions of characters that are obviously intended to be like 10 years old or 11 years old. So, let me just break it down for you very simply. There are people, these are, individuals like Niara, the transgender VTuber, that believe that grooming and sexualizing real life kids is okay. They believe that grooming, they believe in sexualizing cartoon characters, and they think both of that is okay. In fact, Niara and people like them, they constantly go after people that are underage, and they will fight for that ability to interact with underage kids. There is another faction that doesn't want to do anything with real life kids, but they think that being sexually attracted to cartoon kids is perfectly fine. They have, in their mind, no attraction to real life kids, but if there's a cartoon character of a 10-year-old and they sexualize that, well, you're not separating, fiction from nonfiction. So they take that stance that one is okay, but the other isn't. I'm in the third category. I'm the one that says, no, you can't sexualize real kids. That's disgusting and that's wrong. And then I look over there and I go, oh, Ben 10. Oh, you're sexualizing that character that is meant to be depicted as a 10-year-old? Oh, you probably shouldn't do that. That's disgusting. That's wrong too. Both of those are degenerate, and you shouldn't do that. That's bad. That's wrong. Now, they have an issue with me because I point out the fact that it's wrong, and they don't like to admit that it's wrong. And they have created so many layers to reality and accountability. And the thing is, I've said it before, I don't hate chibi reviews. I know some people do. I don't. I wish the best for him. I hope that I do hope one day he drops the degeneracy and he gets right with God, and I do. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to bring everyone over to the church. But they have to do it in a way where they're dropping, their old self and becoming reborn in the light and spirit of Jesus Christ. The power of Jesus, accepting that and having that shed away your old self. So it is. It's the lolly debate. But here, we had an interesting development. Because I said, I was responding to Chibi Reviews. Chibi Reviews posted this. And it says Gwen SFW, which this is not pornography per se, but it's I would say this is pretty degen. It's pretty degenerate. So it says, thankfully, nobody will know I liked this tweet. Okay, so Chibi Reviews just, shit posting, poking the bear. It says, it amusing me. Okay. It's amusing me when people use my Gwen post against me. Everyone that grew up with this character agrees with my stance. Now, here's my response. I said sexualizing a character from a children's cartoon like Gwen from Ben 10 will always be disgusting and weird. Now, I think that is the most normal, reasonable statement. That is what 99.9% of people are going to agree with that are not part of this perverse little group. Most normal people are going to be like, yeah, that's probably normal. If you're attracted to a character from a cartoon, I don't know if we call you a pedophile, but that's definitely weird. It says, even on the internet, I feel like I feel more people would agree with my stance. I do not believe this should be normalized, bragged about, or accepted by civilization. I do like chibi reviews, even if we vehemently disagree on this weird degen shit. And by the way, I've said this for months. This has been my stance the entire time. One day, I hope he abandons the path of degeneracy and gets right with God. And I do. Now, I thought this was a very, very reasonable statement. A very reasonable statement from my view as a Christian looking at degeneracy. I don't like it being normalized, and I articulate that. Now, I'm not out there banning these people. I'm not even calling for them to be banned. I'm saying that if you post that stuff, at the bare minimum, I'm going to articulate that I think that it's gross. I think that it's weird, and that's all I'm doing here. That's literally it. I'm not making disparaging comments about chibi reviews. I'm not bringing up his dead brother or any of the other things that these crazy people do. I'm simply articulating my issue with what he's doing and why, and explaining that in a cohesive, cogent way that is completely reasonable. So here we've got Savi. Now, Savi says, I grew up with Inuyasha. The author stated Inuyasha is 15/16. I didn't even know this because I'm a normal person who doesn't give a shit about the fictional age of a fictional demon cat boy in a fictional story. Inuyasha has like cat ears, but Inuyasha is a dog. Inu means dog, and I don't know what Yasha means. I assume it means demon. Sesshomaru, despite his deep voice and coming off older, is labeled 19 by the author, but he's in the story 900. At exactly what point in my life was I supposed to stop loving Inuyasha/Sesshomaru art? The day I turned 18? I just had to immediately stop? Tell me with a straight face. So by art, you mean porn? So you mean to tell me that you were looking at porn when you were below 18, and now you turned 18, and you're saying, well, when should I have stopped looking at porn? Huh. I gotcha. Well, here's my answer, and it's going to blow your mind. Okay? Are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? You should never have been looking at porn in the first place. I know. Crazy. I'm not saying that everyone is going to be perfect. I'm not saying that everyone's not going to do that. But if you want to know what the standard should be, is that you shouldn't be encouraging that or promoting that at all. That's degenerate. Now, human beings are flawed. They are fallen. I understand there are going to be times where you do things that you shouldn't do, but you're saying supposed to. First of all, you're talking about loving, Inuyasha Sesshomaru art. If it's just art, if we're not talking about anything inappropriate, then that you can like that as long as you want. I just assume you're talking about something inappropriate because you mentioned turning 18. And I responded, if someone posted a sexualized image of Inuyasha when he was a kid, like in the flashbacks with his mom, I bet you'd find that disgusting, degenerate, and weird. Also, wasn't Inuyasha pinned to a tree for 100 years? So he's like 116 or whatever in terms of from when he was born. Yeah, I think it's a perfectly reasonable question. So this person, Sabi, decides to respond with venom and vitriol, which, I mean, I've not been vitriolic. I've not been rude. But these people react in a way where it's sort of like when you have somebody that's a degenerate where degeneracy is their identity and you basically say, hey, this is, not great. They sort of recoil from that because they put everything into that. And I think that's why the hostility comes in and says, the bitch can't think for himself, can't read, can't separate reality from fiction. So this person's just crashing the fuck out, just melting the fuck down over what is an extremely reasonable position. And then this person it says, as a Christian myself, I can in fact confirm misspelled your, cringe and can't distinguish reality from fiction. This person is not a Christian. This person is not a Christian because any person who would say that what I'm saying is cringe while misspelling the word your, which should be you are. I mean, yeah, it's degenerate. But we're going to see some of these people are so shockingly pathetic and stupid. It's unreal. They start trying to compare me to a communist. And they start trying to conflate having morals with communism. Like, what's that? You're not a degen? Oh, you must be a communist. It is bonkers. Yeah. So Sabi seems mad at me for pointing out the basic reality that there's something wrong with this. Now, I'm not even saying that I'm not saying what I'm sure they're implying, that I'm accusing them of something like being attracted to kids. It's not what I'm accusing them of. What I'm saying is, regardless of how you want to define it, even under your most favorable parameters, what you're doing is wrong. So I'm just articulating that. I'm pointing that out. And you're crashing out over that. That's not normal. There is no cogent, reasonable conversation here by anyone other than me. I am the most reasonable one here. It says, here's a poster on my wall. And then we got JFK on SOL. I feel bad for your parents, but also it's their fault for failing you. Damn. Oh, man, that's brutal. Sounds more like projection. So, I don't know why this person posted this. I don't. Man, it says, don't worry, bro. A couple more lolly posters will fill the void. My girlfriend is 5'1" by anime standards. She lolly. So, okay, at least the guy's got a girlfriend. That's nice. Respect Chibi if you truly are his friend. Also, I feel this is a campaign against Chibi. First Tectone and now you. That's right, guys. Tectone and I were plotting. You see, Tectone and I got together and we're like, all right, listen. How do we felt Chibi reviews? How do we really stick it to him? Oh, a measured post that's reasonable that says you probably shouldn't do this because this is, not normal. It's kind of weird. But also we like you. We want the best for you. Oh man, you got us. So that's right. Tectone and I colluded together to make sensible points and wish the best for Chibi reviews. It says getting offended by effing pictures now. That shit isn't real. I don't care if it's real. Listen, here's something that you freaks don't understand. If I'm scrolling Twitter if I see an animated pornography picture or a real life pornography picture, I'm going to be like, that's fucking disgusting. I don't want to see that on my timeline. I would say that's degenerate. Now, there's a difference. I'm aware that one is fiction and one is not. But what you don't understand is that I don't fucking care. If there is pornography and it's just out there, that is degenerate. That's bad for everyone. That's not something that should be normalized. Now, there is a world of difference between what I'm saying and what the people you usually fight are saying. They're saying that that should be banned everywhere, that you should have no place to be able to promote that. But I think that you should. In fact, there's a Bible verse that I want to share. There's a Bible verse that I want to share with all of you. Okay? And some of you will recall this. It's Psalms 1, 2 through 3. Okay? Actually, it's Psalm 1 through 3. Okay. It says, "Blessed is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sits in the seat of scoffers, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and on his law he meditates day and night. He is like a tree planted by a stream of water that yields its fruits in its seasons, and its leaf does not wither. In all that he does, he prospers." It's not my job to stand in the way of you and prevent you from looking at your favorite cartoon image. I'm not going to stand over your shoulder and say that you can't do that. But if you post that shit on X, if you post that online, and I got to see it, and you brag about it, I will point out that it's wrong. I will absolutely point out that it's wrong. I will give my opinion on that. I will make that known. Not there to drag somebody down or destroy somebody, but to let them know that there's somebody in the world that still has the sense to recognize that this is not good. It's not good for you. It's not good for society. It's not good for anyone. So I hope that that's abundantly clear. Now, to answer the question of Savi about Inuyasha and anime, I do give fiction a lot more leeway than I would real life. I do give fiction a lot more leeway. And there have been times, as somebody pointed in chat, there have been times where I've made videos where I've recognized that the culture is such that things are so bad, so unbelievably bad, where there's so much censorship that, I mean, basically, you get body type 1 and 2. You get these androgynous, amorphous characters where sometimes you got to say, you know what? Having thick Ray is not so bad. Having Ray with big tits and wide hips, you know what? That's not so bad. But it's not pornography. It's a statement against a system, ironically, the communist system, that wants to dehumanize people and take away any form of sexuality and have humans be interchangeable widgets. You know, that's the reality. There are times where you have to say, okay, I have to do something that maybe I otherwise wouldn't do or shouldn't do. But this is not one of those times. The gaming industry is changing. There's nothing wrong with attractive women. There's nothing wrong with women with big tits or hips. There's nothing wrong with that. If you do it in a way that isn't pornographic and isn't over the top, and by over the top, I mean, you know, some of the ways that these gotcha games are, I mean, they're pretty far over the line. But the fact is, yeah, I'm here to tell you that there are times where, that stuff is fine. Like where you have attractive women who are attractive. In fact, I advocate that in games and movies as the standard. We've got Toxic Man Baby says, any censorship of art leads to communism. No. And you don't even believe that. You don't believe that at all. No. See, I bet you if you put this guy to the test, I mean, I wouldn't want to because, I mean, this guy seems like a total fucking degenerate. But if you were to ask this guy, do you think that some of these pictures that are inappropriate, do you think these should be put in museums? Do you think they should be put on display in places where kids can see them? If you say yes, if you think that they should be in display on the public and that kids should be able to go in and see them, then there's something profoundly fucking wrong with you. So your whole thing of equating censorship to communism makes no fucking sense. Yeah, it's just retarded. What I'm talking about is sensibility. I'm talking about being reasonable. Of course there's censorship that you like. Oh, there is no person that is 100% anti-censorship. Of course, not in speech, not in art. There's always going to be something that you draw the line at. There's always going to be something you draw the line at. So the idea that, oh no, censorship leads to communism. No, you have a standard and I have a standard. My standard is more normal than yours. You're out there. You're way out there. And I'm telling you to reel it back in a bit. I'm not telling you you gotta, become a monk. All right. I'm just saying, pull it back a bit. How about we compromise? If there's a show, if there's a children's show, it's a show for kids. You know what? The character is 10 years old and that. How about you don't sexualize that character? Okay? How about that? But this person says, the author stated Inuyasha is 15 to 16. Rumiko Takahashi, she's the one that created Inuyasha. I know that because I remember that she created Ranma 1/2. She created a whole lot of anime. In fact, she's been making anime and manga. Well, manga, but she's been making manga for, I mean, honestly, probably longer than I've been alive. She's been doing it for a long time. Like, she's an old Japanese lady. Her stories usually revolve around people that are making their way into adulthood. So her intention is not to have the character be a child. Okay? Inuyasha is like 16. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in Japan, like in her culture and her mindset, she's an old woman. Like that's the age where you start to become like a couple, and that's like the power of youth in Japan is a big deal. So you've got the main character who's like 15, 16. You got Inuyasha who's like 15, 16. And in that story, they're like, I don't know how you'd break that down, but he's like 116, but mentally he's, it's weird. The way that I would break it down is this. I would say that in a fictional story like that, I wouldn't care as much because they're not making it pornographic. If they decided to add sex scenes in there, I would be making the same sort of statement. I'd be saying that's weird. But the thing is, the romance in Inuyasha is exactly what you would expect from a normal manga. It hints at and implies a romantic relationship based on how they talk, based on, the surroundings, and I'm going to go save her and all that stuff, and building a relationship over time. He says, hear me out. How about we, as adults, Just stop watching cartoons. That and devote that time to real skills and leveling up. I'm not even saying that. I'm not even going that far, because there will always be people that have hobbies and stuff. I'm not saying that. In fact, I think that some of the best literature, ironically, some of the best storytelling doesn't come from books anymore. It comes from video games. Like it used to. Like Mass Effect, to my mind, Mass Effect is probably the last really huge sci-fi franchise to come out of nowhere and just take the world by storm. Because the writing was so good, the characters were so good. I can't really think, maybe the Orville, but the Orville is sort of piggybacking off of Star Trek. But other than that, I can't really think of a franchise that's come out recently in the sci-fi space, for example, that's really been able to do that. But it says, at exactly one point in my life am I supposed to stop loving Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. You can love the art as much as you want. The Expanse, I wasn't a huge fan of The Expanse, but I mean, I do think you may have a point there. That one may be popular, because I mean, I have heard of it, but I'm just not a fan of it. But in terms of, if you want to know my opinion about Rin and Sesshomaru becoming a couple, I wasn't a fan of that. I didn't think that needed to happen. I wasn't a fan of that. I watched a little bit of the Yasha Hime continuation. But this is very basic. This is extremely basic. You shouldn't be promoting degeneracy as though it's normal. You just shouldn't.
20th Century Fox Cartoons programming prepubescent me with absolutely caked 90s X-Men Rogue for maximum heterosexuality.
20th Century Fox Cartoons programming prepubescent me with absolute caked up 90s X-Men Rogue. Okay, that's pretty funny. I'll admit, that's pretty funny. Okay. Thank you for the donation. Yeah. But I mean, here's the difference, all right? The difference, I can't believe we're talking about this. The difference is, sorry, I had to type that in stupid to avoid censorship. No, I get it. Yeah, YouTube's pretty bad. The thing with X-Men, though, is that as far as I know, they're all adults. Except for in the movies that came out. I think I don't know. My point is very simple. In fact, it's so simple, I don't even know why we're talking about like age in an abstract like this. If there's a character that you know as a child, 10 years old, from a children's cartoon, yeah, just maybe don't sexualize that character. That's all. That's it. That's all I ask. And don't sexualize that character. Don't brag about it. It's disgusting. It's gross. And, you know it. Now, I'm not talking about, like, Stellar Blade 2, because I thought that Stellar Blade 2, I thought the main character looked fine. So that's not what I'm talking about. I didn't agree with Asmongold on that. But you have people that have absolutely lost their mind over this. And I'm here to tell you that the more that you cling to your degeneracy as an identity, the worse things get. And I don't want that for you. I want the best for you. I want you to find God and begin to build a healthier life and mindset, and mind, body, and spirit, all that. That's what I would like for you. So I will say a prayer for these people, because clearly there's a lot of anger issues. There's a lot of denialism. There's a lot of resentment, frustration, animosity, being bothered by the age of lines and pixels. It's what they represent, and you know it. It's what they represent, and you know it. I don't want to see fucking porn or regular porn or any porn on my fucking timeline. I don't want to see that. And if I do, I'm going to comment on it and say, yeah, it's pretty gross. I don't want to see, okay, maybe it's not porn, NSFW. Extreme NSFW of a character that's a cartoon. from a show where she's supposed to be 10. And by the way, where they have older versions of that character. So you can't tell me, well, it's the only version of the character that exists. No, you are choosing a version of the character that is the youngest form. That is fucking weird. Okay? Anyway, that'll do it, brothers. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. By the way, thank you for the donation. You crash out over a fully clothed character? Fully clothed? Are you fucking retarded, you freak? That was not fully clothed. What an absolute Dunning-Kruger moron. Says, hello there. Hope you're having a good afternoon. Well, you too, brother. Let's see. Dear. Okay. I'll bet you well, you want to place a bet? You want to place a bet? Toxic Man Baby, would you like to place a bet right now? I will run a poll in my YouTube chat right now. I will run a poll in my YouTube chat right now. I will show the picture and I will ask them the question. You want to place a bet? All right, we'll do that. Let's go. Do you think the picture of Gwen here is fully okay? So let me just refresh your memory about what we're talking about. We're talking about this character right here. The character that's obviously naked that has a pillow. So, let's run a poll. Running a poll on my YouTube community tab right now. Go over there and vote. Let me know what you think. Is the character Gwen fully clothed? And I will remind you one more time. Is that fully clothed? Is this picture fully clothed? Is this a fully clothed character? Is this a picture of a fully clothed character? Go ahead and vote in the YouTube poll. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. I didn't say this was porn, you fucking dishonest retard. I said this was NSFW. I said sexualizing. I didn't say it was porn. You said this character is fully clothed. If you think this character is fully clothed, you are fucking retarded. And by the way, if you take a look at the poll over on YouTube, you're getting absolutely cooked. Right now, 88% say that it's not NSFW. You want to have another poll? You want to do another poll? How long are you going to keep this up before you admit that you're wrong? How much more? So you lost that one. You got absolutely crushed. You got absolutely crushed. Let's see. let's see. Was that picture Gwen NSFW? Not safe for work. If you're looking at that picture at work, you're in a lot of fucking trouble. Okay, there we go. Was that picture of Gwen not safe for work? All right, let's see. Let's see what people say. All right. All right, seems overwhelmingly people are saying over 90% right now. Seems like you're the only person that's voting no. Of course, the commies. No one in my chat is a commie, you fucking idiot. You need look at the label when it's SFW. Yeah, so overwhelmingly people are pointing out the fact that it is NSFW. That's what's happening right here. So overwhelmingly people are pointing this out. So we have run a poll. You've been proven wrong, and now your only response is you're all a bunch of communists. No. You are somebody that is living in a delusion. You're living in a fucking delusion, and it's disgusting. And most people recognize that shit, and they don't want anything to do with it. So, we're going to change topics. That topic's over. We're going to change topics. This topic is fucking disgusting. So, we're going to put that to bed. Okay. Speaking of communists, what a better segue. What a great segue.
How many years do you think I need to be doing this for you to assume that this is like, appropriate? If 13 is not enough, then I don't think you're ever going to say that my opinion is worth a damn, which is fine. You can just click out. Perhaps it's not my credentials that you are calling into question. It's that you don't like the things that you're hearing from me. So you're calling into question the credentials. Not a lot of people that do political commentary of this sort, especially on the internet, that have even remotely the credentials that I have, ironically enough, something that I don't usually bring up. Unlike my counterparts in this space, I at least graduated with a political science degree and a communication double major, ironically enough, again.
Huh. Let's see. Let me see. I want to be able to find that. I want to play.
Like doing one good thing, which is that, like, if you have these millionaire, billionaire, WASP fail sons, at least taking them out of other colleges so they can only do date rape to other billionaire, millionaire fail daughters is, like, in some respects, from a utilitarian perspective, of course, a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, taking these guys and putting them in a pen with one another is ultimately getting them away from the broader society. Many of the people, especially on the opposing side, did not even graduate from college or ever graduate with a degree of this sort.
And they're still better and more moral and more honest than you. And they're less odious and repugnant than you. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Isn't that incredible? Somebody doesn't need a college degree and they can do Hassan's job better than Hassan. Isn't that embarrassing? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
Almost
All
enough.
right. There's an update to the Jeremy arc. There's an update to the Jeremy arc. Come on. Oh, no. No, Jeremy, no. It's. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, he no, Jeremy, no. Oh, he revealed. Oh, man. Jeremy from the quartering. He revealed where coffee brand coffee is coming from. Oh, no. No. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Oh, no. It's getting worse. How did it get worse? Oh, no. Not only did he... oh, man. I may have to do another video on that. Not only did the quartering... Not only did he reveal his customer information, he revealed where Coffee Brand Coffee is coming from. And it is absolutely a dropship company. The quartering is done! The quartering has revealed himself. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. All right. We're going to do another video. All right. We got to do another video. This information is too good. It's too good. We got to cover it. We got to cover it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Brothers, things are falling apart for Jeremy from the quartering like never before. He has exposed himself in a huge way. And guys, it is so over. Okay? Because we saw that the quartering had doxed a couple of customers, right? So the quartering had doxed a couple customers while he was live on stream. He showed the UPS shipping labels while he was covering the Tyler Robinson trial. Tyler Robinson is the gay potential furry that shot Charlie Kirk, allegedly. So, I don't know what the quartering was doing looking at these shipping labels right in the middle of the trial, but he pulled them up on screen for everyone, for God and country to see. But he brought it up, and here's what's been revealed. Now, initially, I didn't show these because I thought it was customer addresses. But it's actually so much worse. It's so much worse. It shows where the coffee is coming from. It says, this is from PPP from the Kino Casino. Jared just accidentally revealed his Coffee Brand Coffee shipping labels live. Okay? And we're going to watch the video in just a second. In doing so, he doxed multiple customers and revealed his coffee factory to be Java Taza. So the whole thing about the quartering, having his own coffee company, guys, he's got a factory, he's got a warehouse. He brings the coffee in. He smells every bean before he roasts them on his own. That is a fucking lie. It's what we've known to be true. It's a wholesale drop ship operation out of Pennsylvania. The quartering giving Luther Morgan and other people a treasure trove of content due to his stupidity. And I mean, this guy continues to demonstrate that he is one of the most careless, reckless, lazy, and incompetent people I've ever seen. So somebody in chat says, what the fuck is Javataza? It is a coffee wholesaler. So basically, they're a company that you can buy and they'll allow you to white label their product. So essentially, let me explain this because you may not be up to date on the Quartering lore. The Quartering has a coffee company called Coffee Brand Coffee. And at certain points during the Quartering's career, he has begged for money from his audience in the tune of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to buy, quote unquote, equipment for his coffee factory. And the Quartering has made statements that his coffee is not drop shipped. He said it's not drop shipped. I don't drop ship like everyone else. So the Quartering has committed fraud. But the thing is, nobody could find out where the Quartering's coffee company was. It was one of the biggest mysteries on the internet. No one could figure out where this coffee company was. Some people thought it was in Utah. Some people thought it was in Arizona. It wasn't on the labeling. It wasn't on the packaging. Well, the Quartering, and one of his biggest blunders, he exposed where the coffee was coming from, and it was coming from Pennsylvania, and it's this other company that is white labeling it, wholesaling it. Absolutely brutal.
Lockdown. It's quiet, almost enough to get out, but there's.
So by the way, these are being shipped to Amazon warehouses.
The only thing Jeremy hasn't lied about the coffee isn't from Mill Creek, it's from Javataza lol.
Yeah. Thank you, Baked Buddhist. Yeah. The Quartering said his coffee was not drop shipped. If you bought Coffee Brand Coffee, I think you should be able to sue the Quartering. That is false advertising. He tried to misrepresent his product. Yeah. That's crazy.
Lingering.
We could scroll down to page 3. Continue reading.
So these are the coffee warehouses, but the thing that has people talking is this bit right here. This bit right here that shows that the Quartering has his facility out of Pennsylvania. It's out of PA. And he did this while he was live on stream. So everyone got to see it.
Daisy! Whoopsie daisy!
Whoopsie daisy. When Mel texts she's home alone watching VeggieTales, but you got Coffee Brand Coffee running down your legs. The look when you witness retardedness in real time. Oh yeah. Can you even imagine? He says, I never got why you'd buy coffee online. Anyways, when they sell it at the store. Then again, I'm not some sophisticated coffee connoisseur. Well, neither is the Quartering. No, the reason the Quartering would try to sell you coffee is because he can charge you a premium. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I encourage everyone, buy your coffee from Costco. Buy it from Sam's Club. Buy it from Walmart. Buy it in bulk. You're not going to be able to compete with the price. And the fact is that really coffee is coffee. Now, sure, there are differences in the upper echelon of coffee, but most average everyday people are not going to be able to tell the difference. So my thing is, go to the grocery store, get it for as cheap as possible. You'll be able to get it on the spot, buy it in bulk. But for whatever reason, the Quartering thought he was going to make millions of dollars off Coffee Brand Coffee, and it just never worked out. But now he's in a world of trouble because not only is his business doing poorly, he lied. And now he's been caught in a lie. Because he does drop ship the coffee. The coffee is drop shipped. So, I mean, this is bad. This is bad. The quartering needs to go to church. The quarter needs to go to church. He needs to repent. He needs to apologize. Like, this is genuinely embarrassing on so many levels. It's so unprofessional. So unbelievably unprofessional. And so here we got Kiwi Farms with. We even got Kiwi Farms pointing this out. This is brutal. Yeah, he showed the entire receipt on stream. It says the quartering has leaked the shipping information of an innocent customer and revealed the white label roaster responsible for handling the family recipe of coffee brand coffee, which he denied being a white label or dropship operation. Here we got Hotep saying the TO location listed are Amazon. Yeah, the two locations. So it's not really. I was wrong in my initial video. He didn't dox a customer. That is going to a warehouse. That is going to a warehouse. So it's not actually a customer that he doxed, other than Amazon and UPS. It's going to their facilities. This is very, very important. But at the same time, he did expose where his coffee company is from. So this is going to allow people like Luther Morgan, this is going to allow people that are interested in this to now be able to hone in and target in and contact that company to be able to see how long they've been doing this with the quartering and basically asking a bunch of questions. The quartering has put himself in an even worse situation than he already was. Guys, it has never been more over for Jeremy. And he continues to make these blunders over and over and over. Quartering is maxing and doing literally anything else but pay attention to that trial he is supposed to be covering. Yeah, the whole thing is the quartering was supposed to be paying. He was supposed to be paying attention to that trial, and yeah, he couldn't be bothered. He was doing a bunch of other stuff, and it turns out that cost him in the long run. It says, okay, this has nothing to do with it. It says, only Melanie Mack is on the quartering so far today. No signs of Chrissy Mayer. So, that has been the update, guys. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. The quartering absolutely exposing Coffee Brand Coffee, putting the lie to everything that he said. Now, this guy went out of his way to make sure that you knew that this was a mom and pop operation, that this was family run, that there was there's just nothing drop shipped about my product. Everything here is 100% fresh, and I make it myself. I shit in the garden and grow the beans myself. Like, genuinely, this is a huge revelation, and I hope that people go in on him 10 times harder now, because this bit of it has been exposed. I know that people are going to make videos on this. I know it's going to be a big deal, and I'm excited to see it. I think that's tremendous. I think that's great. Nobody deserves it more than the quartering. The guy has done nothing to make amends for the mistakes that he's made and all of the issues that he's brought and all the problems that he's wrought. Anyway, that's going to do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. All right. All right, let me get that up. Let's see. Okay. We're gonna watch some of the Alex Jones stuff now. We're gonna watch some of the Alex Jones, some of the best of Alex Jones. I think this is the content that we need. This is the content that we need right now. We need to watch more Alex Jones. He's gonna be turning the frogs gay. He's gonna be turning the frogs gay, brothers. Okay, we close the poll. Okay, let's see. Is this it? Where is... Where? All right, let me find the video. Okay. Here we go. This is going to be great. This is going to be great. All right, we're going to do a little bit of what we did last time. We're going to watch some Alex Jones. We're going to watch his debate with Sneako. But this time we're going to add the added additional information. Because I do think that's important. Okay. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay.
I'm on with a...
Give me 1 second. There we go. Brothers, yesterday we watched an epic debate between Alex Jones and Sneako. And today we get to watch a continuation of that. Because Alex Jones went in and he brought up all of the relevant bits of the Islamic faith to prove that Sneako is a big, fat liar. Because Sneako was making all these claims that, oh no, Islam is a religion of peace. Oh no, jihad just means smiling. It means like an internal struggle with the faith. Just basically playing dumb the way that Islamists have done for decades and decades and decades. We know this to be a lie. We know this to be a scam. Alex Jones wasn't having any of it. So what he did was he went through and he basically added the relevant bits of information. So we are going to be watching that because I think it is absolutely hilarious and absolutely relevant. So we're going to be taking a look at this. We're going to be taking a look, and this is Quran 2:191. Slay the unbelievers wherever you find them. So that's the start.
Sneako, and I say, listen, under Islam, you convert or you pay the tax or you get your head cut off. And he's like, nope, doesn't say that, doesn't do that, doesn't happen. You follow the Quran, you believe?
Well,
I should either
let's
have to pay
talk
the
about
tax,
the clip I said.
Pay the Jesus, pay the
let's
tax.
be specific. Let's be specific.
He's going to hold his feet to the fire. Let's go.
It's in the Quran. I pay the tax, I convert to Islam, or my head's chopped off. Which one is
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say it. You said you read the Quran
It doesn't
twice. It
say
doesn't say
that,
that.
I
huh?
can show you 1,000 imams reading the hadiths of the Quran. No, there's three things.
Hadiths are not in the Quran. You clearly haven't read it if you think hadiths are in the Quran. So because you don't know about Islam, let's talk about
Muslim scholars. You're saying Islam doesn't say you convert or you pay the tax or your head gets cut off.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So let's talk about what I said.
Hey,
about Islam.
everybody, take clips of this and then show 50
Sure, go
emails
ahead.
saying it, and then show the hadith, and then show the Quran.
Again, jizya, we start saying like this, like that. There's no need. And just to clarify as well, yes, jizya is taken from the non-Muslims. We take the jizya from the non-Muslims, the combatants, the enemies of Allah and His Rasul, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in exchange. And when we say like tax, it's not like a council tax or road tax that you're paying. You understand? And I'll get to that point as well, is we're taking in exchange for your blood, for your life. Do you understand? We're taking it in exchange for your blood.
Right. So basically, Sneako is a liar. Sneako was wrong. They absolutely do this. I said do. They absolutely do this. So basically, Sneako is a fraud. He's a liar. And now he's being exposed by Alex Jones in real time. I'm here for it. I love it. It's amazing.
For your life. This is mentioned by the commentators of the Quran as well. The Mufassirin, they've explained, the Fuqaha have gone into detail. And why are we taking this is because you are a rebellion. You are rebellious against Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And because we have mercy, Islam has mercy, we're saying you pay the jizya. And again, we don't want to get into the discussion of how much and how much is stipulated, and the Fuqaha have explained this. But when you give the jizya to the Imam, the commander of the Mujahideen, or whoever's in charge at the time, then what we are guaranteeing you is a protection for yourself, for your property, for your family, for your children, and also we will fight off or fend off the enemy that attacks you.
In the Quran, chapter number 9, verse number 20.
We will fight off the enemy that attacks you. So basically, Muslims are pulling off an old mobster racket. It's a pretty nice religion you got here. Pretty nice story you got here. It'd be a real shame if somebody came in and cut off your head. So maybe you want to pay me a little bit of money so that we don't come in, and something bad happens to you. Yeah, basically, it's an extortion racket. And the fact that Sneako denied that this existed is so embarrassing. He knows what he was saying was bullshit, but he said it anyway.
29. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders the Muslims to kill the Christians, Jews, and if they do not surrender, then they have to pay jizya. Jizya is basically protection money.
When you face a polytheist enemy, you should give him 3 options.
Learn from my Greek ancestors, who were subjugated by the Ottoman Turks. The dhimmi system was a tax paid by non-Muslims. It is a fact.
It is. Thank you, Reno, for the donation. Yeah, no, Reno is absolutely right. Learn from his Greek ancestors. They were subjugated by the Turks. So imagine being subjugated by Hassan Piker and his uncle. Yeah, you had to pay the jizya, or you could lose your life. You would lose your life. And they take your shit. So don't ever let anyone guilt you into thinking that you're racist or Islamophobic or anything for pointing this shit out. Because those people are freaks and they're mentally ill and they're liars. These people on the left.
They must convert to Islam or pay the jizya poll tax, or else you should seek the help of Allah and fight them.
Yep.
You should fight them even if they do not fight you. That means kill them. Seek the help of Allah and fight them. Let the scholars hear this. You should seek the help of Allah and fight them. Only when they fight you. No, when they refuse to convert to Islam. You take the women for slavery.
Gross.
And refuse to pay the jizya. Jizya. In such a case, it is meaningless to let them keep enjoying their life in this world. What's that mean? Kill them.
Real time, uncensored, unstoppable. AlexJonesLive.com. Take a stand. Share the link.
Do you want to fight? You better believe you
we're gonna watch it.
It's seen as his work for years and knew he was a clown and knew that he was basically a chameleon and a flip-flopper and sociopathic in the way he acts all nice and friendly to people, but then doubles back around and flip-flops.
He's a traitor, brother. Yeah, Sneako, he's homosexual. You know, I heard that the grapevine that Andrew Tate said that he was crawling on the floor while Andrew was in the shower and wanted to suck his ding-dong. I've never sucked a ding-dong. But in order to stop the globalists in World War III, I'd suck a golf ball through a garden hose. Yeah, that's our Alex Jones.
On issues, sometimes on a daily basis, and also just puts on a confidence game. And that's Sneako, who came out last week and said everybody will submit to Islam. Every home will soon be Islam. We're taking all your cities over, which the Islamicists are in the West, because they're a swing vote, and they vote 99% basically as a block. He, in an hour and 15-minute debate I had with him yesterday, he literally would sit there and stonewall and say the Quran does not say convert to Islam or pay the jizya tax or we'll kill you. And I'm going to get to that later in the hour, but I have the Quran. I pulled 5 passages saying take the sword to somebody. And then he would play games and I would say it's in hadiths and in the Quran. He'd go, the hadiths are not in the Quran.
Yeah,
I said hadiths and the Quran, not hadiths in the Quran. And there are a lot of Qurans that actually have some of them in there, but they're seen by Islamic scholars, Sunni, Shiite, as gospel. But I have the Quran 5 times. So we'll give you that. And I said literally there's thousands of imams. Right. And I've seen literally over the years hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of imams on national TV, you name it.
Oh, look at that. We got a bona fide retard in chat.
You got a choice. You convert to Islam, you pay the tax, or we
guys, we got one of the globalists. We got a globalist retard from Canada in chat. His name is Canada One. Genuine bona fide retard. I bet this guy is a raging homosexual. This is, yeah, that's just disgusting. What a subhuman freak. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I can't say to you what I would like to say to you because we're on YouTube. But yeah, you people make me ill. And I will say that, man. Oh gosh. You know, I will say, Canadian One, I think it's pretty clear that pretty much anywhere you go, it would be better if you weren't there. Wherever you go, it would be better if you weren't there. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Let's get back to Alex Jones.
As you say, we slit your throat, we cut your head off.
Right.
And I told the crew this morning, I said, don't get too many, just give me the first 5. They typed it in, got me 5 examples right here. But I'm going to show you the Quran. So he just sits there. But one time he slipped up and I said, women don't have any rights, basically animals under Orthodox Islam. And he goes, yeah, you got to keep the women down.
Yeah.
And then he said, look how decadent women are in the West. And I said, just because in the West, the women have been brainwashed by the left and put in as the bosses and work for the system, men shouldn't let women dominate them. Men should be men. Men should be strong. Men should be leaders. But we need to be on a team. Just because the West has become extreme and decadent and screwed up doesn't mean then we accept marrying 7-year-olds and 9-year-olds. And
that's
today
right.
There's
we
new
don't
examples.
accept that.
In places like Pakistan where the guy murders 2 of his child brides, you're allowed to. He said they were disrespectful. And then he just married another child. And that's totally fine.
Yeah. No, we
you got to have 4 men if you're a woman. 4
and there's a reason that we don't allow inbreeding. Because it creates people as stupid as this guy in chat named Canadian. This guy named Canadian. Sneako tried to collect the jizya from Andrew. Oh, gross. That's nasty. Oh, that's nasty. That's disgusting. But probably not inaccurate.
Men witnesses that saw the penetration. A woman can't even say somebody raped her. You gotta have 4 witnesses that saw the penetration, or you go to prison or get executed. And everything he said was a deception. Everything he said was a confidence game. Everything he said, he knew full well he'd laugh and giggle and slip up here and there and say, of course, we're going to suppress and dominate women. I mean, actually, we're not. Just totally sick. And, oh, yes, he'd come on my show, but I had to come on his show first. He agreed to come on today at noon. And then later said, oh, sorry, I'm going to a soccer game. But he's my big buddy. So we'll see if Sneaky Sneako wants to come on the show and face the music.
Sneako.
Let's go ahead and play it. This is a new video today. This is all over the country. Hundreds of cities do this now. Right here in Texas, they do it. This is in Brooklyn, New York, blaring it at massive decibels at 6:30 in the morning. I wonder if I pulled up and blared the Four Horsemen Metallica this loud, if I'd get a sound ordinance ticket. And if I didn't turn off the giant speaker boom boxes, the cops would say, get up against the wall. And I'd be in handcuffs because I'm disturbing the peace and I'm an asshole.
We all would.
But
we'd all get arrested, but not if you're Muslim.
Got rid of church bells. And, you know, church bells would only go off from like 7 a.m. until about 10 at night, historically in Europe and here. I remember a little kid growing up, and I'd be, you know, at recess or whatever, and we'd hear down the road the gonging of the church bells. It was so pretty. And by the time I was 10 years old or so in Dallas, I never heard them again. And it was about 40-something years ago that the left everywhere got the church bells silenced. Beautiful church bells. Instead of, so, doing their call to prayer in the middle of the roads, blocking everything. It's just like Extinction Rebellion, the left doing it. It's all about pissing on us. So here's the latest as the sun comes up. The annoying roosters of Islam. Here it is. And it's blaring. And in the post, you can hear that. That's like 4 blocks away from it.
Oh my gosh. That is a declaration of war. That right there is a declaration of war.
Somebody needs to pull up with a truck with giant speakers, and blare Limp Bizkit, Take a Look Around at them or something. I mean, man, I got to tell you.
Yeah.
Or you just rent a business across the street and just blare the sound of dying rabbits or something at them, and then they complain about it. You go, well, hey, you're doing it.
Oh.
So there you go.
Yeah, but
you know what? I'm gonna get into Iran and nuclear war later. Let's go ahead and get into in the nuclear reactor getting blown up in Iran, and Russia threatening a nuke. NATO countries again. We already kind of know about those. It's just the latest. Things are escalating. Iteration of that, but we'll get to that next. Let's go ahead and since I'm already started and do this. So I'm on with Sneako, and I say, listen, under Islam, you convert or you pay the tax or you get your head cut off.
True.
And he's like, nope, doesn't say that, doesn't do that, doesn't happen.
Yeah, because he doesn't know anything about Islam.
Under Islam, you know, they marry 7-year-olds, 9-year-olds. He goes, yeah, that's true. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
And
Sneako, no.
I then explained this is all in the Quran and Hadith. And he goes, oh, there aren't Hadiths in the Quran. And I didn't say that. So it just goes on. And there are some Hadiths quoted in there, but at the time some aren't. But, and I've read a bunch of it. I know it. I've had scholars on. I watch these guys. Sometimes I watch whole sermons they give. Shiites, Sunnis. I know the different groups. I mean, I think it's fair to say I know a lot more about Islam than Sneaky Sneako.
True, probably.
So I can play you literally hundreds of these. You've already seen them yourself. Here's just a few clips. Well, first we'll play one of the exchanges with Sneako, and then I'll play a few clips of Imam saying word for word what I'm saying, and then I'm going to show you the Quran.
How's it going, Aurelius?
And then I'm going to show
How's it
you
going, brother?
recent examples in Syria and Iraq and other places where they tell the Alawites, the Christians, the Jews that are left, you convert now or you're dead.
True.
And then they go kill them.
Yep.
And you just saw this in the last 2 years since the head of Al-Qaeda was put in charge by Turkey and Israel working together and now at each other's throats. And they all get on their motorcycles on one town, and then a couple thousand go to the little Christian village and burn it down and kill everybody. And you saw when they did the Arab Spring that Obama supported, how they blew up several hundred churches and killed tens of thousands of Coptic Christians who aren't allowed to have any regular jobs there except trash sanitation and the other things that are seen as unclean. Yeah, you don't just pay a tax; you live as in a subcaste. Right. So here is Sneako, and then we'll go to a couple of imams in English. And we have them in subtitles as well. And then I'll get into the Quran itself that Sneako hopes you don't go look up for yourself. He just kept saying, boomer slop, that's not in the Quran. Oh, yeah. And I'd say, well, Islam invaded for 700 years into Europe and enslaved tens of millions, and killed people and took millions of women out of Spain alone, 2 million. And he's like, nope, not true. Nope. Yeah, it's all historical
denied
facts.
All of it.
He's targeting
Basic
young kids
history.
that think it's radical and cool to wear a jib on their head and, run around saying Durka Durka Muhammad Jihad. So let's go ahead and play Sneako.
Well, you said me. You said you want to deport him now. You're scared of me individually?
I am scared of being a cuck and laying down to people that declare their superiority and their supremacy over me. And you are following Orthodox Islam and are openly announcing we will dominate you, we will control you.
Listen, guys, we're going to say, Sneako, I'm not afraid of you per se, but what I'm afraid of is that you're homosexual for the globalists, trying to push the globalist agenda. I think, Sneako, we can all agree, you are a cuck. You like to watch other men have sex with your girlfriend or wife. I think that's pretty clear. You probably want that other man to have sex with you as well. That's part of the globalist agenda, Sneako.
So you follow the Quran? Do you believe?
Well, let's talk about the clip I said.
Pay the Jesus,
let's be specific about what I said.
My head chopped off. Which way is it? Is it to the Quran? I pay the tax, I convert to Islam, or my head's chopped off. Which one is it?
It doesn't say that. It doesn't say it. You said you read the Quran twice. It doesn't say that.
I can show you 1,000 imams reading the hadiths of the Quran. No, there's 3 things.
The hadiths are not in the Quran. You clearly haven't read it if you think hadiths are in the Quran. So because you don't know about Islam, let's talk about
Muslim scholars. You're saying Islam doesn't say you convert or you pay the tax or your head gets cut off?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So let's talk about what I said, because you don't know about Islam.
Hey, everybody, take clips of this and then show 50 imams saying it, and then show the hadiths and then show the Quran.
Again, jizya, we start saying like this, like that. There's no need. And just to clarify as well, yes, jizya is taken from the non-Muslims. We take the jizya from the non-Muslims, the combatants, the enemies of Allah and His Rasul, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in exchange. And when we say like tax, it's not like a council tax or road tax that you're paying. You understand? And I'll get to that point as well, is we're taking in exchange for your blood, for your life. Do you understand? We're taking in exchange for your blood, for your life. This is mentioned by the commentators of the Quran as well. The Mufassirin, they've explained, that the Fuqaha have gone into detail. And why are we taking this is because you are a rebellion. You are rebellious against...
INVADers are purely performative. They're countries they don't stop in the middle of the street and pull out the rug to pray. I lived with them in Iraq.
Says invaders are purely performative. Their countries, yeah, of course. No, it's a power move. Absolutely, no, it is a power move. We got Canadian One saying all hail globalization. Man, you are just on fire for some of the most retarded takes I've seen all night. But thank you for the donation, Heinrich. I appreciate your support, brother. You know how much I appreciate donations and stuff like that. They're not required, but they are appreciated. And your contributions are always spot on, always welcome. Yeah, we are pro Jesus here. We are a pro Jesus nation. So, yeah.
Allah and His Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and because we have mercy, Islam has mercy, we're saying you pay the jizya. And again, we don't want to get into the discussion of how much and how much is stipulated, and the fuqaha have explained this, but when you give the jizya to the imam, the commander of the mujahideen, or whoever is in charge at the time, then what we are guaranteeing you is a protection for yourself, for your property, for your family, for your children, and also we will fight off or fend off the enemy that attacks you. Let me give you an example. In 2024, last year,
they always end up taking your property anyways,
said,
and your women.
Just in the year 2024, Islamophobia, the rise of attacks against the Muslims in just that 1 year, rose to approximately 73%. You understand? You pay road tax, you pay council tax, you pay this tax, bin tax, all these taxes, and they still can't.
By the way, Ed, pause. I don't want to hear more of this guy wearing a nightgown who's on welfare and does nothing. Probably married to 10 people and total scum. Looks like a total pervert, doesn't he?
Total pervert. I agree.
And he was like, what is, Sneako kept saying, what is Sharia law? And I said, it is the law of Islam that is carried out by the imams that you pay the tax to. And the mujahideen. He's like, nope, that's not what it is. I'm literally telling him chapter and verse.
Yeah, it's true.
Let's go to the next imam. Here it is.
Alex was right about everything.
Chapter number 9, verse number 29. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders the Muslims to kill the Christians, Jews, and if they do not surrender, then they have to pay jizya. Jizya is basically protection money.
Now I'm going to read the subtitles here. When you face a polytheist, believes in multiple gods, enemy, you should give him 3 options.
In the Quran, chapter number 9.
Now let's go back. When you face a polytheist enemy, you should give him 3 options. They must convert to Islam or pay the jizya poll tax, or else you should seek the help of Allah and fight them. You should fight them even if they do not fight you. That means kill them.
Yeah.
Seek the help of Allah and fight them. Let the scholars hear this. You should seek the help of Allah and fight them. Only when they fight you. No, when they refuse to convert to Islam.
Yeah.
Take the
Oh,
for
wow. Sneako was lying again.
And refuse to pay the jizya.
Who would have thought? He's lying. Sneako's
Jizya.
lying.
In such a case, it is
Again.
meaningless to let them keep enjoying their life in this world. What's that mean? Kill them. Eating from the substance bestowed by Allah, yet disobeying Him. No. Against their will, we shall subjugate them to the rule of Allah without forcing them to convert to Islam. Okay, and that's enough of that. I can play literally hundreds more. Here's Reuters: convert, pay tax, or die. Islamic State warns Christians. And they murdered him, and now the new Al-Qaeda leader's done that. Okay, there you go. Here's Forbes: Islamic State warns Christians: convert, pay tax, or leave or die. Okay, that's why we got 50-something countries. They're all Muslim, 99%. Convert, pay tax, or die. Islamic State warns Christians in Iraq. Newsweek.
Yeah.
Iraqi Christians flee after
We've known this for a
the
long
issue
time.
of Mosul ultimatum. Here's the Quran 9:5, often known as the sword verse, reads the Quran, and when the sacred months have passed, then kill the polytheists whenever you find them and capture them and besiege them and sit and wait for them at every place of ambush. But if they should repent, establish prayer, and give zakah, let them go on their way. Indeed, Allah is forgiving and merciful.
Yeah. Do you guys see why we need to
ask,
crush
Grok
and
about
destroy
it.
this ideology?
You can also ask ChatGPT if you want. You just go to the bookstore. You don't have to buy it. Just go open it to Quran 925. 929. Quran 2256 and others, and it all says it right here. Fight them, kill them. They have 3 choices: convert, pay the jizya, or die. Slay the unbelievers whenever you find them. Quran 2191. Quran 328. Muslims must not take the infidels as friends. Quran 3.85. Any religion other than Islam is not acceptable. Quran 5.33. maim and crucify the infidels if they criticize Islam.
Wow.
Quran 8:12, terrorize and behead those who believe in scriptures other than the Quran.
Wow.
Well, they always say, oh, we're Christians, we believe in you, oh, we love Jesus. Quran 8:60, Muslims must master all weapons to terrorize infidels. Quran 8:65, believers are stupid. Excuse me, go back. Unbelievers are stupid. Muslims are urged to fight them. Quran 9:5, when the opportunity arises, kill the infidels whenever you find them. Want to keep going? Quran 9:1.30, 9.30, the Jews and Christians are perverts, fight them.
You're going to call us perverts?
Quran
really?
9.123, make war on infidels living in your neighborhood. Quran 22.19, punish the unbelievers with garments of fire, hooked iron rods, boiling water, melt their skins and bellies. You mean to read some more here for you a little bit? Oh, well, Sneako said none of that's true.
Yeah.
Old Sneako. Let's play this video. An Afghan man, this is new, buys a 10-year-old girl as his third wife after murdering his two previous underage wives for dishonoring his Muslim family by disobeying and failing to please their owner, sexually, of course. As his third wife, the girl endured years of torture, rape, and unimaginable abuse until she finally managed to escape. The chilling story is featured in a documentary, Worth 50 Sheep, which recounts the brave tale of Sabria and her struggle for survival in Afghanistan before the Taliban came to power. I can show you hundreds of these. You know, they show you. Of course, we have here also one of the new big leaders of the opposition to the globalists in the UK on Joe Rogan, the British politician Rupert Lowe. I want to get on the show, by the way.
One of the readers why I support military action against Iran is because I see it as an indirect crusade against Islam.
Yeah.
I would say more, but YouTube censorship is ABTCH.
Yeah, thank you, Aurelius. I agree with you. Yeah, oh, gosh. It just makes me sick. It really does. It's just inexcusable. Yeah, it really is. We've seen enough stuff. We've gone over this. We went over the Rupert Lowe Pakistani Muslim grooming gang report. We've gone over so much of this stuff. And it's a reoccurring thread. It's something that we've all seen from different imams. You know, we've seen it from, different readings of the hadiths. We learned about Al-Zut. You guys remember Al-Zut? But it's so disgusting. It's barbaric. And it is antithetical to Western values. It's so evidently clear that this is incompatible with the West.
Out of Pakistan and other places, but it's all over. And I see these articles every day. Look at this woman. This is Jamie Carney, an American living in Europe who participates in pro-Palestine protests. She has just become another victim of brutal murder committed by a third-world Muslim invader. She posted romantic text messages between herself and her now killer. In the post, she wrote, "The most kind, emotionally intelligent, and self-aware person I've ever known," referring to him as Lub in Arabic while he was living in taxpayer-funded housing in Ireland. He then killed her.
Yeah, as you do,
Yeah. Let's go ahead and just show part of the documentary with his third 10-year-old wife. He killed the other two. Let's play that. I was only 10 years old when I was a 50-year-old man. He made me pregnant 4 times and abused me all the time.
It's these dumb white women.
He was killed.
These genuinely retarded white women. Suicidal.
I was afraid he would kill me too.
Oh no, they're great. There's nothing wrong with them. They're so great.
You have to be very careful and keep your address secret.
So dumb.
If you want to avoid any harm to come, the state comes and gets you. If you want to avoid it, you must promise not to ever leave her alone. And it just goes on and on. Okay, let's go ahead and play Rupert Lowe on Joe Rogan clip 35.
A woman, if she accuses in Pakistan a man of rape, she has to have 4 male witnesses who actually have to witness and swear that they've seen her being penetrated by the rapist. And you've actually got women in prison because if she can't prove that she's been raped under those rules, then she can be sent to prison. And there are many women languishing in Pakistani prisons for that very reason. And this is the sort of extraordinary cultural oil and water which just doesn't mix, Joe.
Well, it's also the mental gymnastics that you have to accept that as a part of Britain. And because you're progressive is really crazy.
Yeah,
it just shows how
evil.
these ideologies, these cult-like ideologies can completely defy logic, completely defy common sense, and just you have
if
a
you're
set
voting
of rules
Democrat or
that
Labor,
you're supposed to
there's
adhere
something wrong
to.
with you.
If you deviate from those rules, you're a racist. You don't want to be a racist, right? Then everyone's welcome.
As you say, it's honor killings, it's tribal.
Yeah.
It's, your first loyalty is to your tribe and your family, not to your host country who's actually got their own laws. There are all sorts of hadith rulings which they can use to justify it. I mean, for instance, if they rape a white girl, that doesn't count in their view of life as adultery. So they are effectively taught that a girl who doesn't dress as they would dress is meat to be abused, and they have these extraordinary sort of cultural views
you see
that are completely incompatible, in my view, with a society like ours, where we are a matriarchal society which respects women. I think we have grown to respect women. Obviously,
we shouldn't be a
they've now got
matriarchal
an
society, but we
omnipotent
should be
position
like
within
them.
our society. Certainly in the UK, I'm sure it's true here too, and quite right. They play a part in our society. They're a very, very important part of everything. But again, under the Islamic code, I think that the Muslims are frightened of female sexuality. It's all there. And as you know, you get FGM, female genital mutilation. So these cultures, I think, Joe, and to your point, are just incompatible unless you have a very strong government which basically protects it.
I just googled the El Zoot suit you keep bringing up. He got BL8 ha 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 ha.
You looked up El Zoot? Yes. No wonder Sneako converted to Islam, right? No wonder Sneako converted to Islam. He loves that El Zoot.
Its electorate from any subversive behavior which is not compatible with our values.
You keep using the term meat. Is that how they actually refer to it as?
That's
how
they consider it. Yeah.
What do they say? Like how are
well,
they?
It's in our report that there was actually I think it was.
Is it a translation of?
I think Thomas Jefferson actually. It's in our report. Asked the Barbary pirates about the way in which they treated their slaves and their women. That was particularly slaves. They just also slavery is accepted within Islamic countries. So I think they have their own codes. They have their own terms of reference, and there is a quote in there. I'd have to look at the report to give it to you, but where one of them does liken white girls not dressing as Muslim girls dress. And he does liken it to meat.
Jesus.
And that is an analogy he used. So I'm
disgusting. Thank you, one and only Smelly Feet, for the 1 kick. Thank you, the one and only Smelly Feet, for the 10 kicks. Thank you for the 11 kicks, my friend. Thank you for your support. Man, this is a tough topic. I gotta be honest, this one's a tough one. One and only Smelly Feet for 50 kicks. Thank you, my friend, for the donations. I appreciate all of it. I appreciate every bit of it. All right, let's keep going. And then with 100. Well, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. That's I think that's 161 kicks. That's very generous. Thank you, my friend. Let's finish off this this segment with Alex Jones.
I mean, yeah, I think that's what they think.
This rape gang inquiry report that you have just released, the number, I want you to say it because it sounds so crazy. If I say it, it's going to sound wrong. What the number of people that were victims, the estimate?
Well, we've estimated that a minimum of 250,000 rapes have taken place. It's probably much more, Joe.
Right.
Because we published in here, I think it's a list of 147 parts of the UK where this is happening. Now, the government tries to tell you it's happening in Rochdale, Oldham, one or two, Bradford, one or two centres, and that's why their statutory inquiry, the terms of reference of that, have been downgraded. So they.
I want to repeat that: 250,000.
Make it look as if it's not a systemic problem, but just a little local problem, which it isn't. So we've listed here, and they're all in here, the places where we know it's happening from our rape gang inquiry.
Right.
But every time we publish this, Joe, I get people emailing us or sending us messages on social media to say, what about Red Ruth in Cornwall? What about it's happening here, it's happening here, it's happening here? So I think it's incredibly widespread. And there's other people who've corroborated that 250,000 figure. That's an incredibly conservative figure. You can't be exact because the state is not collecting the data, which they should be doing. And we've been lobbying in Parliament to make sure that the state's collection of the data improves. And then we can actually see the extent of the problem, and you can actually pinpoint it in the same way that we've done it in this report. So this is, I think it's linked to organised crime. I think it's linked to the drug trade. I'm pretty sure it's linked to the drug trade. And obviously it's linked to prostitution. So as usual, with an evil like this, and you've got girls who are transported around in the back of pickups and in cages, and at our rape gang inquiry, we had examples of girls who were raped by dogs and filmed, either anally raped or vaginally raped.
I thought they didn't like dogs.
Filmed, and a lot of it's about servitude and about, there's other stories in here about women having to lick the feet of their rapists. It's about power, it's about servitude, and it's about the fact that Muslim men are taught to believe that they are superior, not only to women, but they're superior to people like yourself and myself, who are considered to be
they're not.
If you like, the infidels, and their job is to effectively spread Islam and effectively punish the infidel. And as you probably know, in the Crusades, if you lost to Saladin and you were a Knights Templar, a Crusader, you had two choices. You either converted to Islam or they killed you. And in the case of a lot of these girls, a lot of them were made pregnant. They were impregnated, and they then had to convert to Islam.
We're going to come back and get Osman Gold's take on the Sneako debate and a little bit more, and then I'm going to move out of this. I mean, I can go for hours showing Quran quotes, and then you've got all the hadiths that they use as well. And he would just play games like, oh, you just had hadiths for the Quran. No, I didn't say that. I said hadiths and the Quran. It was all little games trying to deceive the kafir, the infidel. And that's what the Quran teaches. You just go read it for yourself. It's unbelievable. How to deceive us, how to take our women, how we're all slaves, how they can put our women in sex slavery because they're not Islamic. Muslims are brazenly ripping down American flags across New York City right now. Introducing Aquapure, the ultimate water filter shower head. Ladies and gentlemen, on your screen are the major third-party.
How are they?
Well, that's your
system reduces it all. and all the $30. For this quality, nobody can beat it, and it funds our operation against the globalist. This is very, very competitive at the normal retail. Listen to this. Normal retail is $139, but for everybody, it's $97.99. That's 30% off. And for VIP, $69.99. That is a steal at that deal. So
wow, that's a steal, man. Yeah, I gotta love Alex Jones. You know, I don't always agree with him, but I love Alex. He's incredibly funny. Oh, it's over, brother.
This puts me on a dark place. I'll check back with you later.
No, brother, the segment's over. We just finished. No, no, you gotta have a sterner spine, but no. Yeah, I know what you're saying, brother, but no, the segment's over. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and I'll see you next time. Okay, so let me upload that. The segment's over. No. Okay. Let me upload this. Okay. Okay, got that one. All right, just give me a second, and we will move ahead. Okay. Oh gosh. What is this? No.
All right, welcome in to my vlog channel. This is Jeremy. You know, you might know me as the Quartering or whatever else. And today we're going to return to the scene of the crime where I hurt my knee. We're going to talk a little bit about YouTube revenue, you know, what people can make on YouTube. And, you know, also we'll talk a little bit about, you know, go over things with my dogs and try to do a little bit more. Go on all the way. No. Ruby, come on. Go on. All the way down. Come on. Come on.
The dog.
Come on.
The dog doesn't listen.
Come on down here. There you go. Good girl. There she goes back up and down. So anyway, I was setting up this agility course in here, which Ruby does very well. Huck is not a lover of it. Huck, will you come up?
That was 600
Ruby, come
pounds.
on up. There you go. Go on. Yes, good girl. Come on, Huck, this way. Up. Go on. You can do it. Yeah, come on.
You first.
Come on, this way. Come on.
You first, Quartering.
Show them how it's done, Ruby. Go on. There you go. Come on, Huck. Come here. Well, he's pretty. Come here. Come. Huck, come. Come here. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on. Ruby, come. Ruby, come here. There you go. Down. Go on all the way. And they'll do like, this is obviously, Ruby, come here. Come here, this way. Up. Oh, go on there. Okay. There you go. Yeah, you did that. Let's see if the, you do the, it's all a mess right now. It's not fixed. Come here. Up. Ruby, come on. Here. Up. Ruby, come here. Come on. Ruby, come. Come on. Go on. There you go. Yes. Go on. You forgot to get up all the way. Go on. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So this is not set up yet, but we're gonna have tubes in here to go like underneath stuff. These are traffic cones that we're gonna.
All right. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that arcade. That poor arcade. All by itself.
This is not set up yet, but we're gonna have tubes in here to go like underneath stuff. These are traffic cones that we're gonna set up to go between them. I gotta clean up that stuff yet, move my plow somewhere. Hucky, you've disappointed the internet. But yeah, that's the indoor course, the beginnings of anyway. These dogs need a lot of running, a lot of attention, a lot of agility work. Otherwise, they become insufferable buttholes constantly. Ruby's kind of our star pupil in a way. Let's see here. I can get a frisbee toss for you. Ready, Ruby? Drop it. Oh, she didn't catch it. Terrible. You've disappointed me, Ruby. Aniban. The new base I have that I haven't quite, and I just use
what is this?
You know, honestly, if you're just starting on YouTube,
Like this is even more. This is even more sharing. Oh my gosh!
A simple webcam for it'll go.
Oh man,
Low effort. It's dead unless you're like super huge, right? The space itself has changed so much over the years that most creators, instead of being vertically integrated, meaning just like, oh, I have this one channel, I pummel it, I put out 5 videos a day, it's great, 6 videos a day, that space is dead. Now you have to create shorts, whether they're low effort a day, it's great, 6 videos a day. Much over the years that most creators, instead of being vertically integrated, meaning just like, oh, I have this one channel, I pummel it, I put out 5 videos a day, it's great, 6 videos a day, that space is dead. Now you have to create shorts, whether they're low effort, you know, whoa, look at these shorts like I do because I hate making shorts and I'm not like a teenage TikTok girl, or, you know, they're well edited shorts. You know, people can do shorts and do well, but the money is very different between the two. So when you look at revenue nowadays, it used to be you could just survive on YouTube alone. Now, when I was having months like that on YouTube, it's important to keep in mind, I had 5 full-time staffers, full-time assistant, 3 video editors, and a graphics designer. Average salary about $6,500 per person. And I also pay 50% in tax. So people hear 100 grand and they're like, whoa, that's a crazy number. Well, after you pay your staff, that's 60 grand. After you pay your taxes, that's about 30 grand, which is still insane, stupid, crazy good money. That's what like peak YouTube was like for about 1 million subs kind of thing. Nowadays, it's very different. You have to do shorts which pay almost nothing. Maybe you make on a 1 million view video, you might make $1,000, $2,000 or something like that. A 1 million view short, you make about $30. It's a numbers game though. People say, why are you doing so many shorts, Jeremy? Well, because it's a numbers game. Now I get, you know, across my multiple channels, about 50 million shorts views a month. So you can do the math. It's not a lot, but it helps pay my staff. And the business model is so different now than when I started on YouTube, and the money is much, much, much harder to make. The 100,000 a month is, it's 100%. It quit my day job, and even then I still kept clients on subscribers. You need to do short form. You need to be on every platform. Like I said, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, everything. And you build your audience there. And then gradually you can try to funnel people to one preferred location. Dedicated. Every single day you have to upload. Every day. Every day. No excuses. If you have to take a day off, film a day in advance. If you don't upload every day, people forget about you. It's the goldfish brain of the world. Look at Huck. Chilling over in a swimming pool. Hey, good boy.
That is so sad and pathetic. That's a nice house, though. Now, too bad he's got to sell it, right? Too bad he's got to sell it. That is such a sad mentality. And the thing is, it's not true. It's not true. You know? It's not. You don't have to upload every day. You don't. Oh, if you don't upload every day, people are going to forget you. No. People will come to you because they like you, they like your content, they like your channel. It's that simple.
So, what was I saying?
Whoa!
Every day. You have to make time. You have to make time for your, you have to make time for the rest of your life. That's content, is you use it to promote your long form content. Share some of what I've learned so that there can be a new generation of content.
His critics are going to have an absolute field day with this. That's pretty atrocious. That's a pretty atrocious video. Oh boy, that's bad. All right, we're gonna get into the main event.
Tyler Robinson.
Oh boy. Okay. Brothers, the Tyler Robinson trial has been going on. For those that are not familiar, Tyler Robinson is the person that allegedly assassinated Charlie Kirk. It's looking more and more and more like he is guilty beyond any sort of reasonable doubt, and I think very clearly he is going to be found guilty. However, we're going to be taking a look at this video from Asmongold called "The Trial Just Exposed Everything." And he's not kidding. The trial has been very interesting. We have gotten a lot of information, and the defense, as we've seen on stream, the defense has been doing everything to keep information from the public and from the court, and they've been trying to pull out every little maneuver because they want less information out. That tends to lean towards they're definitely guilty, but we're going to take a look today. We're going to watch this video from ya boy, Asmongold, and we're going to learn a little bit more, at least some people will, about the situation with this trial, Tyler Robinson. So first and foremost, let me get everything ready. Okay, let's get everything ready. And here we go.
That is that's the bad guy in the Charlie Kirk assassination story.
That's right.
Lover is doing more to achieve justice for Charlie Kirk than Candace Owens and the retard right. Really puts things into perspective. Lance Twiggs, while reviewing surveillance footage of still images, says he recognizes Tyler Robinson. Full relevant quote. I'm gonna watch it.
All right, let's see.
Okay, before he came home, had you seen the press releases, any of the media on this?
I'd seen one Instagram link a friend of mine had sent in our group chat, but I hadn't really looked into it at all.
And had you seen the images that were released of the suspect?
I did the next day. I don't think I saw any on the 10th.
Who would this up? I'm
going to show you a couple of those images.
Who do it be? Who does it is?
Who does it is?
Where's the image? There he is.
Okay, I'm on the FBI's website. You can see the URL there at the top. This is some press release about this event.
Whom's do it be? Excuse me.
And here on the screen, you see these. Looks like there's 2 rows of 3 images.
Yeah.
Do you recognize the person in these images?
I wouldn't say it with 100% certainty just because of camera quality, but that looks like him in terms of the shoes he's wearing, the sunglasses. I don't think I'd specifically seen him wearing that hat, but he was usually wearing a hat.
Special hat.
And then jeans.
You know why he was wearing a special hat? It's because he was balding. He was balding, and you can see that in his in the court pictures.
Bald!
You can see he's balding, so he's wearing a hat to cover up the fact that he's balding.
He's bald.
So it definitely, especially the bottom, the last 2, definitely do look
he's
like
going
him.
bald.
Oh, they do look like Tyler Robinson.
Damn. Damn, it's almost like the guy with the gun that they caught later on who was, said that he was going to kill Charlie Kirk. It sure seems like it was this guy and not a random Israeli, laser beam. So they showed their surveillance where he was walking around campus that day. I think that the Charlie Kirk thing, you know how a lot of people always remember the Sandy Hook thing and they keep in mind, they're like, this is why you can't trust Alex Jones and this is why Alex Jones is wrong. Well, I think that we should do that with the people that tried to make this into being Israel or something like that.
Yeah,
and so that's it. And have you played Dark Light Survivor? No, I haven't. I don't even know what the hell that is. It's an IQ test? Yeah, I mean, like, that's really, I feel like that's really what's going on. And will Candace stop? I vote no. No, of course not. She can't. Charlie Kirk's being death being mocked by the left is a perfect example of overfucked. I think that really, again, like, I think that those people are awful, but, that's like a whole separate thing. We'd be live streaming the trial. I mean, I don't think that there's really a lot to look at, though, right? I mean, like, if I pull this up and let me see if I can find it.
Well,
Charlie Kirk trial.
There's content.
Let me see.
There,
can I find it and look at any of this? Yeah, this is some other Warcraft thing. What the fuck? What is this? Oh, wow. It had to give me an update. Oh, big update on BattleNet. The 50% off mounts, pets, and transmogs? Oh my god. I need to start playing the game right away. Get the fuck out of here. How annoying. So anyway,
get the fuck out.
Yeah, I got your wallet. Yeah, and so the criminal case of Robinson men charged with assassinating Charlie Kirk. After several days, the disputes, new access to evidence. Erica Kirk found new motion. Yeah, there's another one. Let me see if I can find the rest of these. Yeah, major text messages. Let's look at some more of this. This is all from the Charlie Kirk trial. Here we go. Let's take a look at it.
It begins Wednesday, 11 p.m. Will you start reading underneath that?
Yes. So this would have been from Tyler. It says, drop what you're doing, look under your keyboard.
And I apologize. Let me stop you there. How do you know that that message would have been from Tyler Robinson?
That's just, so any of the messages in gray would be from Tyler, and messages in blue would be from Lance. It's just with iPhone, distinguishes the messages. And also Lance in his interview also acknowledges that, who was saying what.
Legal defense wants to argue that anyone could have done it. Bullets, directions unclear. Public defendant is the same as Corey Richens' poisoned husband trial. I mean, again, like, yeah.
And up at the top, who do we say that this
defense? I tried to delete that.
Tyler.
All right, sorry to interrupt you. So read that again, starting from look under the keyboard.
So after that, then Lance responds. He says, what? And then he says, you're joking, right? And then Tyler says, fuck, I tried to delete that.
What was it? What was it?
Scroll down to page 2.
What was it? I don't even know what it is.
And if you can continue reading along.
Okay. And Tyler says, I'm still okay, my love, but I'm stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home, but gotta grab my rifle still.
Why would you type this?
Because he's mentally ill.
Why would you do this? Like, just listen, tell him and be like, listen, bro, I had to go see my family. I'm going to be back, and I'll tell you what happened. Really, yeah. It's so stupid.
Yeah, well...
It's got to be a plan. Yeah,
Asmund, you are trying to rationalize somebody that is mentally ill enough to go out and kill Charlie Kirk. He's a leftist. This person probably, he's seen most of what he knows from, like, movies. He's a gay retard. Like, you probably thought, I'll be heralded as a hero. He wanted to brag about it. He wanted to let them know. He goes, I love you so much that I took out Charlie Kirk. That probably is a lot of it.
You're dumb.
To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age. I am sorry to involve you. And
you weren't the one who did it, right? I am. I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Well, string him up.
Defense has no case.
String him up.
Yeah,
we know he did it. All right. The problem solved. It's that simple.
Lance replies, you weren't the one who did it, right? And Tyler says, I am. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
Lance says, I thought they caught the person. And then Tyler says, no, they grabbed some crazy old dude and interrogated someone in similar clothing. I planned to grab my rifle from the drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down. It's
I want to see the next one.
To get out, but there's one vehicle lingering.
If we could scroll down to page 3.
Why did I do it? Yeah, because you're crazy. That's the reason why. Judge declined Erica Kirk's request to publicly show all evidence in the Charlie Kirk killing case. I don't know why they would deny that request. I think it's so silly. Tyler Robinson's defense team was just hit a huge blow after the judge ruled prosecutors can play never-before-seen footage of his alleged movements on the day Charlie Kirk was killed.
You believe this is Mr. Robinson returning to campus?
I do, yes.
Okay. And why do you believe it's Mr. Robinson?
The shoes are the same.
Yeah.
And the images that we have from my viewing and seeing Mr. Robinson on the video, it's the same person.
Now, what do we see?
So it's Mr. Robinson coming up the stairs of the parking structure.
Why would you not wear a mask? You should have worn a mask.
Again, he seems to be having
Asman's giving him advice on how he could have gotten away with it.
Okay, it's...
LMAO, he threw his life away for Twig and Twig immediately sold him out. He's gonna get a syringe emoji for a furry who immediately forgot him, ha 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 ha.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the donation, my friend. I appreciate it. It says they denied it likely because it was more prejudicial than probative, which is a pretty baseline rule of evidence. Yeah, that's probably true. But however, they apparently that was reversed, so they could play the evidence.
I mean, if you had enough awareness to recognize where the security cameras were and then move your head this way, how did you not think about why would you, I don't understand how we can have an individual that is able to understand security camera placement and position themselves in that way, but at the exact same time tweets out, yes, my gay lover, I was the one who killed Charlie Kirk. Wait, it was you? Yes, it was me. I was the one who did it. It was not the old man. It was me. Me, Tyler Robinson. Dio Brando. What are you doing? How are you admitting it? Why would you do this? It's so stupid.
Asman,
watch the Lego drama? What Lego drama? I'm not aware of it.
Were you able to track Mr. Robinson when he leaves this parking structure?
Yeah.
Yes, we were able to.
Okay.
And again, in the top left corner, the individual is now seen running across the rooftop of the Veloci building.
Look
at this.
To what would be the southwest corner of the building.
That's why. That's why he
crouching
did it.
down and then crawling to the corner of the building.
You know what they need to do?
Asman, the reason why is he wanted to brag about it. That's it. That really is it. He wanted to brag about it. When you've done something like this, you basically want to talk about it. You want to tell somebody. You want to say, look what I just did. Because at the moment, this guy was proud of himself. He goes, I did this. I took out this Nazi fascist. That's why. Yeah, the reality is, this was a crazy leftist that was hopped up on absolute brain damaged far left bullshit. And he did this because he thought he was doing it for love or whatever. That's why he did it. He wanted to tell somebody. He wanted to let them know.
Because this has been a big problem for a while. I want to show you kind of my idea.
Oh, boy.
So basically, so I was thinking that they could do this with all of the roofs. Is you could make like a spike thing, and that way and you wouldn't have them activated all the time, but like you would make them maybe like 3 feet high, about like I don't know, like a little bit more than this, right? And it would spike all of them up, and so that way it's like if somebody annoying is on the roof, they can just push the button. And it's just like, bzz, you're done, right? And why not all the time? Because sometimes you might have to get on the roof. You know what I mean? Like, that's really, yeah. Sometimes you should have to, you would have to get on the roof. And would you also remove the birds? Only the ones that I don't like. There are some birds I don't, like, there are some annoying birds, but otherwise, yeah. Like Sen's Fortress, exactly. I like the sound of that. So anyway, that's clearly what should have happened. I don't know why it hasn't already. So let's go back, look at a couple more of these.
Also, does it have a serial number?
We could scroll to page 7. And I'll continue reading. I'll stop you on this page in a little bit.
Okay. So Tyler continues, IDEK, if I had
I don't even
if I had
know.
a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about prints. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits, didn't have the ability or time to bring it with.
And stop there, please.
Uh-huh.
And then if we could go to the next page, page 8.
Why did I do it? He said, I've had enough of his hatred.
And if you could start at the top.
Uh-huh. Okay. I had enough of his hatred, so I'm going to shoot him. I'm going to kill him.
So Lance says, was your changeably also does it have a serial number?
We could scroll to page 7.
Makes sense.
What a disgusting animal.
And I'll continue reading. I'll stop you on this page in a little bit.
Okay. So Tyler continues. IDEK if I had.
That's this whole thing. I already watched it. So yeah. Anyway, shot him with your tolerance and love. Yeah, he was killed with love. The bullets had they had rainbows and hashtag BLM on the side of them, and that's the reason why it was okay for him to shoot Charlie Kirk. What is this here? Judge Charlie Kirk sides with Eric. What is this here?
Disgusting.
Yeah.
This has not been easy, as you can imagine, and I think the family deserves to see the evidence that's been gathered in this investigation. They deserve to know what happened, Charlie. So
I think this is a trial of public record. Like, it's about a public figure. It was around public issues. The public should know about this, right? I mean, it's in the public's best interest to know what's happening.
True. Urge the court to please, again, display the evidence here in the courtroom.
Thank you. Thank you to all parties. I appreciate the diligence and hard work that you've put in.
Len said in his deposition they never discussed politics, LGBTQ, gender identity stuff, which is really weird if they were in a gay and trans relationship. Why? I mean, there's plenty of gay people that don't think about politics all the time. They don't give a fuck. They're just gay and they like jacking off to furries. Like, they don't care who's the president. Like, it doesn't matter to them. Like, what matters to them is, like, they're a part-time job at Pizza Hut. Maybe they're also a part-time dog walker. And then also jacking off to furries and playing video games. That's it. That's their whole life. Like, it doesn't, the voting and, like, oh, there's a law they're going to do. Like, these people don't even leave the house. It doesn't matter what the law is to them. Like, the only law that matters is the thermostat. That's it. It's that simple. Projection.
Briefing, argument, these are important
experience.
Exhibits as it relates to.
I've seen them. I've seen them.
What should be considered for, again, to be clear, these exhibits are being admitted to the court in its entirety. The question before the court is publication within the courtroom and beyond the courtroom. And so this is the ruling as it relates to the briefing. I know it wasn't a formal motion, but I'm just trying to be thorough in my approach. This matter comes before the court on state's request to publish Exhibits 16.1, 16.2, and 16.3 during the preliminary hearing and defendant's objection to that request. The exhibits consist of text messages between Mr. Robinson and a witness, Discord messages between Mr. Robinson and others, and a written note.
We got to see them.
State attributes to Mr. Robinson.
I want to know about it.
Yep. Attorneys for Mr. Robinson argue the publication of the exhibits during the proceedings, subject to electronic media coverage, would create a substantial risk of prejudice and impair his rights to due process under the 14th.
We need to kill him. Speaking of process and due process and rights, we need to kill him.
Yep.
We do. After this is over, it gotta be death penalty.
True.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Eye for an eye? Well, I mean, I think it'd just be the best way to do it.
Amendment. Defendant relies on Rideau versus Louisiana, Estes, and Skilling, and asks the court to consider any admissible exhibit for the purposes of the preliminary hearing while limiting their public display or broadcast. The state responds that Rideau and Estes do not require a categorical restriction here. The state argues that the exhibits are materially different from the televised custodial interrogation at issue in Rideau because they are written communications allegedly made outside law enforcement custody. The state also argues that the potential prejudice can be addressed through trial management measures, including voir dire, and that the victim representative has an interest in being present for and able to follow important criminal proceedings.
Right.
The court has considered the parties' arguments, the nature of the exhibits, and the procedural posture of this preliminary hearing.
Judge is visibly shaken while
Defendant's
watching
due
what happened to
process
Charlie
interest,
Kirk.
the public nature of the criminal proceedings, and the interests asserted by the state and victim representative. On the present record, the court is not persuaded that the publication of Exhibits 16.1, 16.2, and 16.3 during the...
Yeah, I remember whenever this happened, I was like driving to the hospital to talk to my dad. And whenever Charlie Kirk got shot, and I showed the footage to my dad, and he was like... I was like, they're saying he might still be alive. And he goes...
Yeah.
It's like, no. That was brutal, man. Oh my God. Well, exactly, bro. Like that dude, like he was out. And yeah, ain't no way. Yeah, it was obvious.
Preliminary hearing creates the type of inherent or presumed prejudice that requires categorical restrictions under Rideau, Estes, and Skilling. Unlike the broadcast interrogation in Rideau, the exhibits at issue are written communications allegedly made outside police custody and are being offered in the ordinary course of a judicial proceeding. That distinction does not eliminate the possibility of prejudice, but it weighs against treating publication of the exhibits as presumptively unconstitutional.
It was so bad it looked fake.
The court
I know,
further
right?
finds that any potential prejudice arising from media coverage may be addressed.
Seeing Candace panicking? Candace is a fucking retard.
True.
Candace is a retard, and the moment, like, anybody that takes her seriously is also a retard.
True.
Like, does she say things that I agree with occasionally? Of course, a lot of people do. I mean, there are things that I agree with Karl Marx on. That doesn't mean that he's right. Doesn't mean he's not a retard. So, yeah, I mean, she's trying to make a buck off it. Well, I think that Candace Owens wrote herself into a corner with getting so extreme that she's basically attracted some of the most mentally ill people inside of her audience. And because of that, you know, I think what happened is that she kind of, it's like once you start riding the tiger, you can't get off. You can't stop being that crazy conspiracy theory person. Once you cross that Rubicon, you don't go back to being normal. That's it. The bridge is burned.
If necessary, through the appropriate trial procedures, including voir dire
She's not
and
wrong
any
for
other
asking
measures
questions.
warranted.
She is wrong for asking questions because they're stupid questions. Like this whole, I'm just asking questions. What if it was alien Israeli Mossad Jews that shot Charlie Kirk? No, I don't want to hear you. I'm just asking questions. It's just a question. What if it was the robots? What if it was Israel? What if it was Benjamin Netanyahu that called out a hit on him? No, it's just fucking retarded. Bitch, then you'd be dead. That's the reality. Oh, well, Charlie Kirk, so this is the reason why they're going to kill Charlie Kirk is because, so Israel has this huge plan and they're going to control everything because, you know, the Jews control it all. And now they're going to kill him because he's going to expose it. What are you doing? What are you doing right now?
He's
what
got
are
a
you doing?
point.
You're doing it. So why aren't you dead? Why haven't they killed you? There's no logic. There's no reasoning. Someone struck a nerve? I have. The reason why this strikes such a big nerve with me is because I think it is a destabilizing force inside of the conservative Republican Chud party. And it is a wedge issue that has been it's been invented and manufactured in order to divide people who would otherwise be united around destroying the unique evil that is open borders, transgender kids, fucking like forcing gay stuff into kindergartens, putting pride flags in elementary schools, trying to force a curriculum of education.
Asmongold admitted that transgenderism is evil. Guys, we got him. We got him. He admitted the truth. Thank goodness, Asmon. You finally admitted the truth. This guy, Tony Graff Jr., yeah, he's...
about how America is bad. Something. Like all of these things are like these are the legitimate real problems, right? These are the big issues in my mind, right? At least social issues. You can talk about gas and economics and Iran and everything else, but I'm talking about social issues, right? These are the social issues that I care about a lot. And so those things are not being talked about. Those are like, because we all agree on these things, right? Everybody pretty much is on the same page here. You know, like eliminating DEI, like getting rid of affirmative action, removing preferential hiring practices, you know, getting rid of all these things. And so like this is like a poison pill that makes people fight against each other instead of fighting against the acknowledged unique evil of this other bad behavior. That's the reason why. Asking questions is fundamental to learning and getting the truth. What I'm saying is she's wrong and she hasn't made any progress in her depths of the questions. No, I don't think that all questions, like I don't know who invented the phrase, there are no stupid questions. Yeah, there are. There's tons of stupid questions. There's like millions of them. Like absolutely there are stupid questions. And there's also stupid people that ask stupid questions all the time. So no, I don't have any tolerance for that. I don't think like that. They're just morons, right? Candace hijacked people asking genuine questions about the weird stuff, the FBI, and now has made it about anything except accepting a consensus from the government means you're insane and stupid. Yeah. Anyway.
Before trial, this ruling is limited to publication of the exhibits during the preliminary hearing and does not determine their admissibility
I talked
at
to
trial.
Charlie in a dream.
And I insert, if one occurs,
he said it was Israel.
Or foreclose any later request for relief based on a more developed record. Accordingly, the defendant's objection is overruled. As it relates to this preliminary hearing, the state may publish Exhibits 16.1, 16.2, and 16.3. And the court is authorizing, with the exception of the third to last page on Exhibit 16.1, because it contains information, including a phone number and address, to be redacted before publication in the courtroom. But as it relates to 16.1, because it was publicly distributed by the state, that 16.1 in its entirety may be broadcast through electronic media. That is the ruling of the court.
That's my electronic media. We're doing that right now. So yeah, is this the same guy handling Ben's case? I'm not really familiar. I don't know that. And so anyway, judge won't let all the evidence to the public go live. I think that they need to have everything go live. They need to have everything go public. Period. Right? We'll go through it piece by piece. I mean, I don't know why would you not want to have it all go public, right? This is the judge reaction to the shooting. I don't know if you saw it when Giga viral. I have not seen it. This is the first time. And people always try to find an underlying reason why bad things happen, and the simplest explanation is the person is either insane or stupid. Yeah, most of the bad things that happen in the world are because somebody is either stupid or crazy. Does visibly flinches the new Charlie Kirk shooting footage? Okay, let's see it.
Yeah, we saw this. It's brutal.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That concludes.
It's tough to watch.
States Exhibit A. Yeah, it has to be very graphic. Yeah, I bet it was. And that's the effect it had. Yeah, I mean, 9.4 million views. That's it. It will be as public in the trial. They're trying to not bias jurors before selection. I hope so. And yeah, he seemed disturbed. Yeah, a lot of people were disturbed about it, right? I think that's a good thing. And they used, oh shit, they might have used that camera. Oh my God. The fuck do you mean new footage? What do you mean? Do you think that they showed everything? Like, this person is always trying to misunderstand things. And their criteria on director's cut, and they're keeping it from us? Yeah, of course. He's an actor. And also, or a loss? I mean, yeah, oh God, they got the footage from the front camera. Yeah, you're goddamn right they did. Release the Kirk cut. Yeah, we should have a huge public trial for Candace Owens immediately after this. Yeah. And trying to find a gift about GG Economics on stream because they hit the same flinch. I bet. And what is this here? This man never watched a live leak video in his life. Yeah, he's like a fucking, isn't he like a Mormon or something like that? I don't know. And they create a new form of capital punishment for Tyler Robinson. I'm so serious. Absolute fullest extent to the law. So no footage of schools to Charlie's voice. The price you have to pay for freedom whenever the fuck does that loser. This is somebody that's also supporting killing Charlie Kirk. I do want to say that I hope that, you know, now with the Charlie Kirk and like how these people, like, by the way, whenever you know, whenever this footage inevitably comes out, right? It will inevitably come out, you know, maybe a year from now or whatever. Like, you'll get to watch, like, these people want to kill you. This is what they want to do. They literally want to kill you. And so unless you treat them that way and respond accordingly, they will. Because that's what they did with Charlie Kirk. The only reason why they haven't killed you yet is because they don't think they can get away with it, right? That's it. The moment that they could do something to you, they would do it. So that's it. I think it's hilarious that they can kill us. They do. They think it's hilarious, and they want to support other people and then, you know, like, minimize the effect that killing Charlie Kirk had, right? And the fact that it happened. And do you think Kirk's death is bad? Wait till not McDonald, Mitch McConnell dies? Yeah. I don't think people like Mitch McConnell. Like, nobody likes Mitch McConnell, and he's dying of old age. I think it's going to be the same as, like, Dick Cheney, right? Where it's like, okay, Rep Bozo, we hated this guy. Like, or Henry Kissinger or somebody like that. Like, I mean, I think that's really going to be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's his time. Like, I mean, he's an old man.
Yeah, I don't think anyone is going to be particularly sad when Mitch McConnell dies. I don't think anyone is... No one's really going to care, okay? But Charlie Kirk was a completely different. Man, like, I think that somebody dying of old age is totally different than someone being assassinated, right? They just show him this because homie didn't know how Charlie Kirk died. Well, obviously, like, they're dead. Flinch and Epstein caught the bullet in the hand, a real plot twist. I mean, I don't know really what that means, but yeah. Is the death penalty still an option? It needs to happen. Yeah, I mean, like, you fucking pussy. I mean, again, these are also, like, I wonder how many more of these killings is going to have to happen. The whole Israel killed Charlie Kirk thing just takes away from the fact that a lunatic leftist killed him and thousands of lunatic leftists celebrated and mocked it. I know. And if it was up to me, I would go full Warhammer 40k Imperium, and I would completely destroy their lives in the most systematic and complete way possible. And I would probably extend some of that damage to their families as well. Yes.
I would be so brutal and so cruel about it that you would write about it in history books.
Yes!
I would do it so bad, and I would be so extreme that people would be like, holy fuck, this is really bad.
Yes!
That's what I'd do. That's why I'd never run for government. It's exactly the reason why.
Yes! That's what I'm saying. We need to normalize this. Yes. Based, Asman. Absolutely based. Man. Oh, poor Aurelius. Yeah, Aurelius has no idea. Aurelius, yeah, some of these guys in chat are trolls. Okay, it's part of what they do. They're not to be taken seriously. They're people from like Kiwi farms and stuff like that. You know, relatively harmless, all things considered, but they're like rage pigs. Okay, you gotta think of them as rage pigs. So I wouldn't get too invested. You know, don't go too crazy.
That'd be over. For what? For supporting terrorism and killing people? And also, like, by the way, it's not about being fair. I don't care about being fair. I care about completely removing these people from society.
Yep.
That's what I care about.
Yep.
These people are dangerous, violent, psychotic, murderous freaks.
Yep.
That's what they are.
Yep.
They support this stuff, they advocate for it, and to the extent that we allow them to exist in society the way that they are now, they are just breeding more of them over and over and over.
Yep.
Crashing out, but right at the same time, I know. And they can vote, It's a huge problem. Remove, completely gone. Yeah, that's the way I would do it. And becoming more extreme by the day. I know, you're fair to people that are fair. Yeah, you're unfair with people that are unfair. I am. And so, yeah, that's really it. And what is this here? Get rid of them? Yeah, absolutely. And the fact that we put up with this is just crazy, man. Judge is going to recommend flaying now. I like the sound of that. That sounds like a really good idea. Unreasonable behavior must be met with sacrifices. Yes, definitely. And amen, brother. Demons don't belong in this world. I like the sound of that. I actually believe this, that he wishes he hadn't done it. All the media have worked overtime to dehumanize conservatives and incentivize direct violence against us. They are aware they're doing this, like that they're doing it, and they like the results of their doing it, and they like that they can hide behind the plausible deniability. It's not like I explicitly spelled it out or anything. Well, hey, I mean, again, this will last for as long as we let it. It will. And so I'm sure he wishes he hadn't done it because he's ruined his life and will be executed. Hopefully he feels remorse for his actions independently of their consequences, and he repents. Though I can't see him, though he can't seem to stop laughing in court, so I won't hold my breath. That seems like he's probably, I mean, it could just be nervous laughter too, like a meltdown, right? I think it's pretty easy. So, but ultimately, it was just a fantasy. Charlie Kirk was not an evil man working to usher in an evil Hollywood regime. You are not a hero. You are a disturbed person who responded as intended to the rhetorical lockpicking of the media, and now you will be killed as a matter of clerical procedure, and it is good that it will happen. True. I really like, I love this guy. I do. I really like him. That is just, oh man. That's good. That's really good. I like that. John Doyle is the man. Yeah. And I hope that every other would-be or will-be assassin sees this and is dissuaded. But ultimately, there won't be any real change until the media is held accountable for their role in this. That being said, I don't mean to hold our leaders to a frustrated, unrealistic standard of just arrest every journalist and streamer, bro. Please. And but please, there have to be ways to respond to what we all, especially with the pundits themselves, knowing this is occurring. I don't accept that we can only sit on our hands. Well, you can always just invent new rules, or you can go out, like, there are a million ways you could do this. There are. And they just simply don't want to do that. And is it true that adding cat ears make... Are there cat ears? I didn't notice. Are there cat ears in this photo? I can't
Asman,
tell. And
focus.
Let's see here. Good one. Can you enforce the rules that we have? Yeah, just enforce the rules that we have. It's easy. And the thing is that Parley Market gives Tyler Robinson a 42% chance of being convicted. So they think that it's unlikely that he's going to get convicted. Let me look at it right now.
Wow.
Let me pull this up. How can it only be 42%?
Because probably some of the people that are retards.
Oh my God. How is it so low? Like, I don't even know, like, how? Like, are you kidding me? Are people retarded?
Yes.
That's insane. Candace says that he didn't take the shot. Oh, Candace. Oh, because they're listening to Candace Owens. Oh, that makes sense. Now I understand it. Okay, well, no wonder nobody's investing. That's smart. Yeah. And, oh, here we go. Let's listen to this.
And, we have a unique responsibility to act from the heart of empire, the belly of the beast. The most important thing that we can do is take that empire down from within.
Our role ultimately is to facilitate our own empire's failure in ways that we can, ultimately to overthrow our own empire.
U.S. imperialism is not a thing that can be reformed away. It has to be overthrown through revolutionary struggle.
And to build a mass movement that can use the leverage of workers to hit the kill switch on American imperialism.
I'm starting to see a common variable here. Isn't it crazy that these people are just openly advocating for terrorism and for destroying the country and sedition, and for some reason they're not, like, nothing's happening to them?
Yeah.
Isn't that insane? Like, we just let this happen? Like, I don't understand why this happens. It's insane. Like, this is a terrorist. Why are they not being treated like terrorists? Exactly. Yes. I don't know why we don't do that. And it's that simple. It's mental illness. I know. Holy fuck, wokeism has rounded up the ugliest followers. I know that, guys. No one's brave enough to use sedition laws. The thing is that, as I said, the way that I would deal with these people would be so bad that it would be in the history books.
Based.
It's true. I would. Like, I would put these people in Guantanamo Bay. I would have them up on trial for sedition. I'd be sending them to Africa. I'd be doing everything that I possibly could. And yeah, it would be over, by the way. This would be totally over. And put them in a hole. Yeah, exactly, right? We'd reopen Guantanamo Bay, have them in work camps. This would be amazing, right? It would be. Heads on pikes. So I don't want anything to kill anybody. I'm not agree with killing anybody at all. There's no reason to do that. Just get them out of here.
Yep. Yeah. True. True. Well, great video from Asman. Unfortunately, the topic is just absolutely brutal. Yeah, what they did to Charlie Kirk, and by they, I mean the people, they not only took his life, the media is complicit. The people on the far left that celebrated his death. If it were up to me, we would go round those people up and we'd remove them. We'd remove them root and stem. You know, there's no reason that we should have to endure this level of anti-American radical terrorist rhetoric. So I agree with Asman. Asman, great video, brother. Great video. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. All right. Get this uploaded. Okay. Fantastic. All right. Got that one done. All right.
Go. Your mother was a dope.
Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. First conspiracies. Oh boy. Oh boy. We already got the oh man. Brothers, so already we're starting to see the aftermath of the quartering accidentally doxing his own coffee company on stream. You see, the quartering was watching a trial that has to do with Charlie Kirk. It's the Tyler Robinson trial. And it seems like the quartering, for whatever reason, was doing something related to his Amazon, and he exposed basically the Amazon warehouses customers, also where his coffee is coming from. I don't know why he chose to expose that on stream, but he did. And so now what we're going to do is we are going to watch this video from a YouTuber that goes by the name of Luther Morgan. Now, why are we going to be watching Luther Morgan? Well, Luther Morgan has done an entire series covering the Quartering's entire arc as it relates to Coffee Brand Coffee, his coffee company. Now, Luther Morgan has put in a lot of groundwork. He's put in a lot of legwork. He's gone on and on about, where is the coffee? Where does the coffee come from? He sent like official documents, email correspondence. He's done all this stuff to find out what the Quartering just accidentally dumps on the internet within a couple seconds. So we're going to take a look at this. It's funny, but it's also incredibly frustrating that we are in a position where the Quartering didn't just come out and admit that he runs a dropship copy company.
This is like World Market and stuff like that by the end of the year. But Jeremy, stickers and dropshipping, how could you possibly be in stores? Right, exactly. Well, let me tell you this. If I was dropshipping, I wouldn't be on Amazon either. The profit margins on dropshipping would not be big enough. But there's a Quartering extended universe where people believe that, and that's fine. We are best June ever.
Hey guys, Luther Morgan here, and unsolved coffee is now solved coffee. And it really is the ultimate irony that just yesterday, Jeremy Hambley was telling us that it wasn't drop-shipped, and literally yesterday, I put out a tweet saying, hey, why don't you just tell...
If you have purchased Coffee Brand Coffee, I think you should be able to sue the Quartering for fraud. I do. I think you should be able to sue the Quartering for fraud, because he was putting out information that was not accurate and true. And there are people that may have purchased Coffee Brand Coffee on that basis.
Tell us where the coffee factory is. Well, guess what? Hambley must have been listening because he obliged. So if we go in over here, there's many, many people that have sent me this clip. And basically, it's Jeremy pulling up the shipping labels for his coffee. And you know what? I honestly thought that this was going to happen because he's so careless with his material. I thought that he actually would expose himself. Now, I was thinking it was going to be a email exposure where he was actually accidentally going to show an email from his roaster. That's how we caught him, reporting people to YouTube. I mean, this guy's just so careless where, he signed into Zachary on his Amazon account. That's the owner of Meta PCs. We caught him buying his own coffee on Amazon. That's against the terms of service. He doxed, his own wife's Amazon. He leaked his own cuck porn thing on X, on his history. Like, I knew that it was going to happen. I had a feeling it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. And boy, did he deliver. Because not only is it confirmed that Coffee Brand Coffee, where it's coming from, we finally figured that out, but we have in 4K these shipping labels proving that it is drop-shipped coffee. So let's get in.
Yeah! So that should be classified as fraud. That is fraud. Because the Quartering has said multiple times, across multiple different videos, across multiple years, that it's not a dropship operation. He's even disparaged his competition as being dropshipped while he is not.
Into it right now. So let's actually go through those labels one by one. Now, there were, I believe, 6 distinct labels, and 5 were different locations. So the first location, that was 2150 U.S. Business 70 Highway Business West and North Carolina.
This is an
a
Amazon
fulfillment center. So if we go to the next one, it was 20701 Tramiria Avenue, Riverside, California. And it says FBA, that's Fulfillment by Amazon via UPS. So that is a UPS shipping center where they also do Amazon. Okay. Then you go to the next one. This is 615 Boulder Drive in Allentown, Pennsylvania. This is a Amazon fulfillment center. And then if you go to the next one, again, it's 211 North Union Street, Middle.
So I wonder, so it says all the boxes, it says they're 14 pounds.
Town, Pennsylvania.
So you could probably, if you wanted to do the math, you could determine how much coffee was actually being shipped to these places. You now have the metrics, if you wanted to do the math, to determine how much each individual package of coffee weighs, and then compare it to the total based on the number of boxes. You can deduce how much the Quartering is shipping in coffee.
This is a FBA fulfillment by Amazon with UPS, and they do Amazon fulfillment out of there. And then, last but not least, there's 3388 South Cactus Avenue, Bloomington, California, 92316, and that is again a Amazon fulfillment center. So All of these shipping labels were coming from the coffee brand coffee manufacturer, which I'm going to get to in just a second, and they were all going to Amazon fulfillment centers from the East Coast out to the West Coast. The address where all this coffee was being shipped from was 319 Conowingo Road, Corryville, Pennsylvania, 17566. Now, there's two businesses related to this address. The first company here is Noltpack, a co-packing company. So that was actually a theory that I had back in part 2 of Unsolved Coffee. The reason why Jeremy Hambly had to go $300,000 worth of debt was because he was using a co-packer. Well, this is a co-packer that specializes in K-Cups. So that $80,000 K-Cup machine that he supposedly bought, this is the service that he's using, are private label K-Cup co-packing services. This is where the K-Cups come from. I think we can basically guarantee that with 100% certainty. Now you say, Noltpack, what the hell is Noltpack? Well, if you go to the Pennsylvania Department of State government website and type in Noltpack LLC, it is a real LLC out of Pennsylvania. It's the same address, 319. And then if you look here at the governor's, it's Gary Nolt. Now you say, well, who the hell is Gary Nolt? Gary Nolt is the coffee bowl. The other business that uses that address is Java Taza LLC. And if you go to our company here, Gary Nolt is actually in some of the promotional material. So this is where the coffee comes from, at least for the K-Cups. And it's everything, even the bags look very similar to the bags that Coffee Brand Coffee uses. I'm not sure if this is where all the coffee comes from, but I think we can, probably 90% chance this is where most of the coffee comes from, but the K-Cups for sure. So if you look here, what are you interested in selling? Bulk beans, 12-ounce coffee, K-Cup. These are all the products that Jeremy has. So, this is definitely one of his suppliers.
Oh, man.
So what's crazy about this guy and the company Java Taza is they're an actual coffee company. And if you know that because they have promotional material and they actually show off their coffee company. So if you watch this video, this promotional video that's on their website and on YouTube, you can say, okay, yeah, this is the coffee factory. So this is where all the coffee comes from. And it's, a smaller, this is Gary Nolt. He's the coffee bull.
So keep in mind, Luther Morgan was able to figure this out in a relatively short amount of time. Like, finding out this address, he was able to do this in a relatively short amount of time. Oh, man. We got to ring the bell. We got to ring the bell. The quartering, man, he exposed himself in real time, and now he basically he let the cat out of the bag.
He's the president of Java Taza. He's also the president of Notpack. So here it is, guys. Jeremy Hambly told us where the coffee's coming from, and the coffee bowl here makes the coffee for him. Obviously, you can tell some of the buildings in the background. It's very similar to the address. I'm not going to show the address because it's a residential address, even though it is used for his business. Let's be nice to this guy, okay? But anyway, this is where the coffee comes from. It's over. It's fucking over. And it's a real coffee company because, look, this is where here's the coffee, here's the roasting facility, here's my roasting machine that I'm very proud of. I have, I guess Chad Nolt. It's literally Chad Nolt. Chad Nolt, the coffee bull, is making the coffee for Coffee Brand Coffee.
His name is Chad.
It's fucking over, Jeremy. So now that we know the truth about Coffee Brand Coffee, what's Jeremy going to do next? I mean, are we going to believe him and his lies that it's not dropshipped and that he has a real company and this and that? Or are we going to believe the, Cotton 4K proof, proving that from his supplier directly to the Amazon fulfillment center and then from Amazon to the customer? It's the definition of dropshipped. It's the definition of dropshipping. And, will he continue in these lies and with these delusions of owning a coffee factory?
Yeah, he's not going to address this, by the way. He's going to ignore it. He's going to create his own narrative. He's going to say, guys, there are people that are obsessed with this. He's not ever going to take accountability. Not for one moment is he going to stop and say, guys, yeah, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have said that my coffee wasn't dropshipped. Because if you recall, like I said, he was trying to shit on Tim Pool and trying to shit on other people by saying, they're drop shipped, I'm not. Now, if you wanted to be extremely generous to Jeremy, which I don't want to do, but if you wanted to be extremely generous, you could say, well, maybe at one point when things were going better, maybe he actually did have a facility, but no. That is that is the cope, I think, from Jeremy. That is, I think, what he is going to try to, well, maybe we had to ship business. But at the end of the day, the Quartering has lied about this up to yesterday. And because of his own negligence and incompetence, the truth is out.
What's going to be his response? Now, if he doesn't respond to any of the controversy, he doesn't try to put anything out, he's just going to put his head in the sand. Now we're really getting into the wackadoo territory where, he talks about all the weirdos, so-called weirdos in the Quartering extended universe, which I guess I'm a part of, where we live in an alternate reality. It's like, no, Jeremy, we live in reality. We live in reality where Notepak and Javataza, they're your suppliers. They send it to the Amazon warehouse. You live in the alternate reality where you own this coffee factory and you have this amazing, thriving business. Because every single time Luther Morgan puts out a video or other people put out a video exposing you, all of a sudden you have the best month of sales. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And who are you trying to fool? It's over. It's fucking over, and it's never been more dead. And I really wanted to come out, do the crab dance, and celebrate. But really, I'm just glad that the truth was exposed, and I knew it. I knew that he was gonna fuck up and expose himself, and he did. So thank you, Jeremy Hambley, for finally telling us where the coffee comes from. And there won't be an Unsolved Coffee Part 6 because it's over. It's fucking over. The investigation's over, and Coffee Brand Coffee is over. He's not gonna get into Walmart. He might get into World Market. I don't know. But it's the business is not thriving. It's not growing. How is it being advertised outside of your failing YouTube channel? It's not. It's dead in the water. So why persist? It's just for vanity's sake, but it's no one believes you. You're just embarrassing yourself even worse. It would have been better if you just closed it down, quite frankly, because it's over. It's fucking over. Well, I did want to thank everybody that helped and contributed with the investigation. It wasn't just the journey, it was the friends we made along the way. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. We're going to be doing more coffee investigations. I got a really big video coming out on 1775 coffee. There's also going to be a new coffee company that we're going to be looking into as well. So stay tuned for that.
Well, here's what I want to know. I want to know, based on the poundage, I want to know how much coffee he's actually shipping. That would be my question. How much coffee is he actually shipping based on the poundage? Yeah, I'm very curious about that. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. Now the Quartering finally has been exposed. I don't think he's going to mention this at all, which further just solidifies the fact is the guy thinks that he doesn't have to tell the truth. He has no duty of care over what he says. He doesn't give a shit about his audience. He'll sell anyone, anything, at any time for any moment, and then just expect you to be on board with it. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, man. All right, give me 1 second. It's the Quartering. Quartering just exposed. All right. Give me 1 second. We will. Yeah, I need. Oh, perfect. Perfect. Fantastic. All right. I have another video to do. Oh man, DSP.
So now you're angry at me for that? What the fuck? I'm literally sitting here with you on the podcast. And you're going to blame me for that one too, huh? Fuck this. I don't care. I really don't give a fuck. I don't. You know? People are always going to say, literally, you guys are always going to say I did everything, even though I didn't. So I don't give a fuck. I just don't. The thing is, you make me numb to it. Like, it's at one point, it's like, okay, maybe I need to prove my innocence. Like, wait a minute. It doesn't matter if I prove my innocence. They still say I'm guilty, so who gives a fuck? So I don't care. All right? I don't. I really don't fucking care. I have nothing to do with any of it, but you'll never believe me anyway, so fuck off.
Wow. Phil is crashing out. He's not happy. He's not happy. Apparently people are accusing him of
right up front. No, I have no direct involvement with any of this shit whatsoever. I have nothing to do with it. That doesn't mean that possibly things that happened earlier in the week did not roll into this. Because, just so you know, several people have contacted me claiming they've been mass reporting Raw Phil. Now, I don't know if they're telling the truth or not, or if they're making it up. I don't even know who these people are. But they've been DMing me being like, hey, just so you know, I reported this guy because I've had enough after what happened with your chat freezing, and this is bullshit, and enough of this guy.
Oh,
so, I don't know if that's what resulted in him getting banned or not. So I don't know if it was actually when I talked to YouTube about this Bucketeer guy earlier in the week. Because I gave them all the information. I gave them all his information, his YouTube channel. I gave them the Raw Phil chat. I said, this is from this channel. This is my restreamer. This is the chat where the guy was talking, admitting publicly that he was freezing my chat.
So, let me get this straight. So, you actually went to YouTube and you said, this guy is responsible. Here's his chat. All right, guys. Now listen. What you have to understand is, all right, now you think he begged YouTube for a donation? All right, now look. It says Raw Phil is a rare case where it almost certainly is not fair use. Yeah, unfortunately, I think you're right. I think the chat is transformative. I do. I think people go there for the chat. But I think you, unfortunately, could be right. You know? But he's been doing it for so long. Why now? Why this moment? You know? Okay. Brothers, like clockwork, I was correct, and so were a lot of other people, when they predicted that there would be a fallout and a ramification to the Supreme Court's decision around birthright citizenship. Now, I know a lot of people are upset at their decision, and so am I. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. We are one of the only countries that has this crazy notion that by virtue of you literally just being here and having a kid, that kid is an American. No, that was never the intention of the Founding Fathers. It is a massive, massive exploit, and we cannot be a functioning nation as long as that exists. That needs to go. Well, I've got some tentatively good news, okay? Tentatively good. We're not talking anything definitive, but it is something that is worth considering, okay? First of all, here's the bad news. The moment that the decision came out, we were getting stories like this, which is Texas hospital caught advertising birth packages right on the southern border. So $4,000 for a natural birth and citizenship included. This is straight up exploitation of the 14th Amendment, which is exactly what we said would happen. They are now they're creating these little houses, and they're creating these birthright citizenship advertisements. Look at this. Texas hospital accused of marketing birth tourism. They need to go in and arrest everyone involved in this. My issue with Trump is that he needs to go about 1,000,000 times harder. He needs to crush these people, and he hasn't done any of it. He hasn't done any of it.
Care services.
President Trump urging the U.S. Supreme Court to revisit the birthright citizenship case. This is happening as the governor, Greg Abbott, out of Texas, orders an investigation into a hospital in his state. He says it's promoting birth packages near the southern border.
For the last few days, I've been trying to get answers and dig about these photos circulating on social media, these massive billboards in Mexico, basically promoting childbirth packages in Texas and trying to press the hospital for answers. Well, it has also caught the attention of President Trump. Take a look at these billboards here, entirely in Spanish, advertising birth packages in South Texas, delivery starting at $3,950 for natural birth and $5,525 for a C-section. It also directed expectant mothers to the website HaveMyBabyInTexas.com. That has since been removed. Now, a spokesperson for Mission Regional Medical Center told me this campaign, it started in 2021, but they pulled down those billboards and the whole campaign this week because of, quote, the potential of unintended misunderstanding.
What potential misunderstanding? Have my baby in Texas. You are advertising for birth tourism. Now, everyone involved in that should be sent to the absolute farthest north gulag that we have. We need our own Siberian gulag, okay? And we need to find a place above the Arctic Circle in Alaska, and we need to send these people to the absolute most frigid, coldest, most unhospitable gulag in the world. These people are trying to nickel and dime, and they're using our country and our heritage and our birthright to do it.
Adding, quote, like hospitals across the country and throughout the region, we share information about the healthcare services we provide. We do not support or facilitate any unlawful activity and work to comply with all applicable federal and state laws. Well, this controversy, it comes just days after the Supreme Court rejected President Trump's effort to end automatic birthright.
What a mistake. What an unbelievable mistake. But Trump is asking. He's asking them to reconsider. Based on this, he's asking them to reconsider. Now, are they going to reconsider? I don't know. But, damn, they absolutely should.
For sale, this is a scam. American citizenship.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Rules against Trump's executive limiting a birthright 6-3. 6-3. Man, can you even imagine? Says Trump says he'll ask the Supreme Court. Let's see. Rumors of potential SCOTUS shift on birthright citizenship. All right, so here we have a rumor, okay? Rumor of potential SCOTUS shift on birthright citizenship. An anonymous Supreme Court clerk is reportedly claiming that Justice Amy Coney Barrett has had a change of heart on birthright citizenship after seeing evidence of foreign governments, such as Mexico, advertising birth tourism and citizenship by delivery services. The clerk said, something changed in Amy Coney Barrett after she saw that Mexico was putting up billboards advertising birthright citizenship deliveries. She's going to flip. The Supreme Court recently ruled on challenges to birthright citizenship policies. President Trump has indicated the U.S. may seek rehearing Critics argue the current interpretation encourages exploitation via anchor baby tourism, straining resources and undermining the original intent of the 14th Amendment. If true, a flip by Barrett and possibly others could lead to a major shift in how citizenship at birth is interpreted. It should be. Yeah, it should be. Like if this should have been a 9-0 decision. Okay.
$50 if you want to have birth naturally, make your child a U.S. citizen.
Are you kidding?
Your
Oh, yeah.
foreign-born C-section billboards. You can pay $3,950 if you want to have birth naturally, make your child a U.S. citizen.
Are you kidding?
Your
Oh, yeah.
foreign-born C-section, $5,525. I spoke with Ken Paxton on this, and he showed me pictures where there are houses in Texas that look residential. So it could be your neighbor's house, and you go inside the house, and there are rows of bassinets where Chinese women are coming, giving birth to a child, then going back to the Chinese Communist Party, educating their child there, and they have U.S. citizenship, which could amount to more than 1 million new voters in this country over time.
Only a stupid nation would allow this to happen. They also have a website, havemybabyintexas.com. By the way, this big border advertisement right there is miles away from the border. So their audience are people that are crossing back and forth. And by the way, if you think it's just Mexicans...
Yeah. Can you imagine how stupid must you be if you're on the Supreme Court and you're looking at this and it's like, yeah, you could have these trichomes come in and have these women give birth and that person's an American citizen? Bullshit. That is how a country dies. Now, there are a lot of different ways that you can deal with this. You can pack the Supreme Court and try again, which, or you can try to get them to flip, which in the case of Amy Coney Barrett, you need one more. You need one more. If you can get Amy Coney Amy Coney Barrett, if you can get her to flip, then you need one more, and then you got it. Like I look at this, and it's insane. Like, how could you possibly do this to the country? Anyway, I just wanted to update. I wanted to give you guys an update. That is the current situation as it relates to birth tourism. So you're getting people from different countries that are paying money to these leftist institutions that are being run by these people that don't give a shit about America. And they're coming in and, basically they're creating an army of Democrat voters. People that have no allegiance to this country at all. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope this goes back to the Supreme Court. I hope they have a change. I do. Am I confident on that? No. But there are other things that you can do in order to resolve this, and I hope that they take that seriously. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Okay, here we go. Birthright citizenship. I know. We talked about that before. Birthright citizenship. It's not for it's not for illegals. They come here and have a kid. That's insane. That's so stupid. Absolutely stupid. Anyway. All right, guys. All right, that's going to do it for the show. I want to thank each and every one of you who tuned in. I want to thank each and every one of you who donated. You guys, I just want to say God bless you. God be with you. You know, genuinely couldn't do this without you guys. So thank you. Thank you for being a contributing member of the chat, being part of the Brotherhood. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. All right? Take care. Make sure you guys continue to read your Bibles, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, brother. You know, it's all important stuff. But yeah, the stream is over. And yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure to be able to come and entertain you guys. So, thank you. Thank you as always. So,